Did you retweet me?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Ironkeep Chronicles. I would love to talk to you, but Havana wants to make sure that I retweet her.
She asked you a very fun
everybody
question.
follow
really
me
hard.
at 6 hit points spelled out and look at this tweet that Havana Mahoney. Wow.
I have little cat ears.
Wow.
You look cute with those.
Put a finger right up my nose. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I am your host and nose picker, apparently.
Well, who's picking your nose? Is it you?
Is
or
it me?
is it?
Mage hand.
Bigby's hand.
Oh, wow.
Tasha's hideous hand?
Bigsby, though, he's a freak.
That dude legit picks noses.
Hey, nope, nose pick shaming.
Hey, welcome to the Ironkeep Chronicles. It's our weekly extravaganza of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Thank you so much for joining us. We are on episode 4 of the Rod of 7 Parts. Our heroes are on a quest to assemble the complete Rod of 7 Parts. They have 2 of the 7.
So it'll only take us 13,000 more weeks.
That's right. Only 10 more months to finish this adventure. Not true. Not true.
You did that math so fast.
I know. I'm just that good.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hey, let's meet our players. I'm sure you know them, but I like to introduce them for the people who are new.
What if we introduce each other today?
Anyhow, yeah, sure, okay. Kyle, introduce somebody.
Hi. I'm Kyle, but
Not yourself.
You
I'm
already
gonna introduce-
fucked it up.
I want to use Eric Reichert. That's Eric over there, or up there.
Yeah.
No, there. There we go. There's Eric Reichert, everybody.
Tell us
He's awesome. He is playing Alton, Newbury, the half-elf. Yes, the half-elf fighter extraordinaire. Never gets hit except for last session. Or no, did he?
Now, you have to say something nice, and then you have to say one area where they can improve.
Okay,
We're
well,
doing constructive criticism.
Alton is a bit of a playboy, which I think is a positive for him. I feel like he has a very good, like, mature sense of relationships and his and the people he wants to surround himself with.
Oh, that was the hottest.
And what he can improve on is not being so covetous of that top boy title. I feel like he leans on it a little bit too much. It's a bit of a crutch
I don't think
at
we've
this
ever
point
brought
now.
it up.
says the man wearing the shirt of it.
Oh, is that what this?
Oh!
I didn't even. I just grabbed whatever's in the closet. I didn't. It's weird.
Oh, are we talking about the top boy?
We are.
Very good. Let's bat it back across the table. Eric, why don't you introduce somebody else?
Okay. Well, I want to introduce my good friend Havana Mahoney.
Oh, hello. I burned the shit. Can you tell?
No.
No? Okay. It hurts.
Havana plays Strum, the Kenku bard extraordinaire, who uses all kinds of crazy magic to make people see things all the time. I'm sorry, I did make that hot water earlier.
Yeah.
I can
You
see
really
the steam.
did it. You really did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like my lips are this big. Is that true?
And they are not yet.
Yet? Do you think it'll get like that?
No.
It's coming.
At best, it'll look like you got a little collagen.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Silver lining. And it was free.
Very good. We're introducing somebody else. I think, Havana, since you were just introduced, it's your turn to introduce either Kyle or Christina.
Were you going to say Eric?
No.
I'll introduce Eric again.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll introduce Christina Ariel. Entering with such glamour and grace in a feathered robe. Is that what you called that? I don't know. Feathered cape.
I don't
I
know.
love that. Whatever.
Cloak. Cloak of many feathers.
A fluffy cloak.
Fancy as hell.
It's not tassels. What is it called?
Oh, fringe.
It's got fringe. Yes.
Yeah.
Fringe benefits.
Christina is playing Raw Regardless, a very sassy and punalicious saber-toothed tiger. Sentience and everything. Awaken, sorry. Very woke saber-toothed tiger, and And yeah, she's amazing. You can catch her doing all sorts of cool RPGs. You just wrapped season 3, right, of Sirens?
Yeah, last night we had our season finale, and I almost died. I did my first saving throws in game.
Whoa. Your first death saving throws?
No, like death
No,
save. No, like
never
my first.
done a saving throw before.
No, like I did like actual
combat.
death saves. I had 45 hit points and took 66 hit points of damage. So
Wow, yes.
you know the kind of stuff you survive.
The kind of stuff you just you brush it off. Don't even worry about it.
Oh man, what a life! I tell you.
That leaves us with your job is to introduce Kyle.
The Badger himself? I get to introduce Badger, played by the marvelous illustrator Kyle Caps. He's an amazing artist and human. He draws amazing things. Look at those eyeballs. The emotion.
That was after I took a bunch of mushrooms last session.
It's true.
It looks like a type of
not
thing.
in game. It was a weird episode. Just fisting mushrooms, and it was just like, whoa. We're like, Kyle, do you want to play the game? He's like, I am the game.
Did you feel awakened?
Oh yeah, I saw so much magic. It was great.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, for Christina's benefit, who would like to recap the events of last session in a timely and succinct manner?
Okay.
Okay.
So, we knew that another piece of the rod was attached to a hammer that was in that giant tower. So we went on a
Remember
heist.
the king was holding court and his chief head honcho had that hammer that he kept slamming into his fist.
Yes.
We found some disreputable people, and we went on a little bit of a heist.
Oh, Mr. Hines.
Yeah, near flawless heist. A
Until-
little trouble at the end. We had to beat.
Sounds sketchy at best.
We had to beat that head honcho guy to near death. We left him alive, which is good. Then we hopped on a pirate ship to sail away. And as we did, everyone and everything on the island shriveled away as if thousands of years had passed and died in an instant. So we may have killed all of those people.
And by May, we mean definitely.
We did. We
Yeah,
definitely.
But then was it our fault or was it just the ebb and flow of existence?
I think it was our fault.
Oh, okay.
How many worlds have crumbled in our wake just in the last?
2 so far.
All of them.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, all of them.
If it's if the multiverse crumbled,
destroyed the multiverse,
that would be all of them.
And then this was the last bastion of civilization, probably, in the floating maelstrom, and we destroyed that. But Alton thinks that when we get the rod, we'll fix everything, so nothing we do actually matters. So he's not that worried about it.
Yeah, there was some great.
Yes, Miss Ariel?
Mm-hmm.
Spare the rod, spoil the multiverse.
Well, you've done one of those things so far.
The latter. But yeah,
Ooh, thank you.
Important facts from last week, though. I did get an apron that said, don't be a brat, eat rat, which I will be wearing on cooking. Also, every time Havana had a wonderful character moment, I stepped all over it.
Oh, that's true.
Wait, was that unique to last session? Because I feel
It's
like
always
that's an ongoing theme.
it just was more egregious when she was like, you're like, with your wondrous bird eyes as you soar through the sea, you see all this stuff, and I also see it.
I know. I was like,
think
wait,
that's what
what
he's
is that
talking
thing? And you were like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm so interested in whatever that plug thing is. We still never figured out what the plugs were.
I would like to say this is not your fault. I don't know why any of us expect to play the game the way we do and then have intimate, serious moments that are not trampled on by our usual nonsense. That's not a you problem, Kyle. That is an us problem.
Question I ask myself every Wednesday about 5:30.
So many thoughts and feelings.
Hey, everyone.
Oh wait, I have an update.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom and looked at my mouth. It doesn't look too bad.
Okay. Okay. You didn't need to go to the
Thank
bathroom.
God.
We could have told you that. Your mouth looks fine. You look great.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
You don't believe me?
All right.
You're very far away.
But I have the eyes of an awakened bird.
So small.
Now who's
Perceptive.
now who's stepping
Only
on
good at thousands of miles away.
A bird's eye view.
Eagles can't see anything up front. They can see great far away.
Stop.
That's true. They see great from far, but not close.
Is that true?
What?
Yeah. They're designed to see...
Birds, eagles, majestic eagles are farsighted?
I don't believe you.
I'm not.
I'm
I
really
don't have time to
learning a lot
Wikipedia
today.
that right now.
Yeah.
None of us.
None of us do, so...
The entire knowledge of the
So
internet
it's
will not
probably
come to
true.
bear on this
Better not look it
at
up.
all.
You can't trust Wikipedia.
No.
It's written by eagles.
I just edited the Eagles page right now.
And now it's all about the band.
Yeah. No, the band is entirely farsighted.
I didn't know that Ted Cruz was in the Eagles. That's so weird.
Yeah. Did you know that Eagles...
Thanks, Wesley.
The Eagles only have one arm and they drum.
And they have sketchy beards.
That's Def Leppard. All right.
No, it's the Eagles. I read it on Wikipedia.
Listen, I read it on Wikipedia.
Hey, friends, you can take us away from all of this madness and affect the outcome of tonight's game and the events therein by either making a generous donation, as some of you already have. Thank you very much. If you go to !unlocks or !tips, you can see the various things that we have on our ladder of joy, as I like to call it each and every week.
You've never, ever called it that.
I call it
Not
that
once.
literally every week.
Not once.
Sometimes you call it.
You're usually on your phone when I say that.
Because I'm pulling the weight. I'm doing the tweeting. I'm doing the hosting. I'm making
She got you there.
in the Discord.
You are this far away from unlocking Havana DMs again.
Wait, undoing what?
Unlocking Havana DMs
Every
again.
time that has happened, it's been my fucking idea. Thank you very much. I'm in control.
And
of my
every
own
time it's been an excellent game
Yeah,
full
it's been
of fun
every time
and
it's
wonder.
been my favorite session.
Yeah.
That's very mean.
How does that make you feel, Tom?
I want the record to show I didn't say that. It was Eric.
I can't
But you
wait.
don't disagree.
Can't wait to go on Giphy tomorrow and just type in "soul being crushed" and see.
Megan, get here.
Quick,
Get
quick.
here. Get here.
No,
Yeah.
RJ's got to clip it and then put the words GIF reaction, and then Megan sees it.
That's
Oh,
right.
is that you? Do you mean DJ?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. I was like RJ.
RJ.
RJ would do it too.
Yeah.
Hey, the other thing that you can do is if you go to exclamation point. Oh, what's the other exclamation point? There's subs. So if you sub up, you can give myself or someone here at the table
I didn't
reroll.
say that.
Why would you say that about him?
And if you do exclamation point factions, there is a little faction war going on within our chat. That
Can
you
we
can
know what
back.
the factions are? Because I don't think we know.
That's a good
Is
question.
there-
Can you know what the factions are? You've already been touched by some of the faction hijinks that have taken place in our chat.
No,
so
I do not want.
Do you know the faction man? The faction man.
It'll happen. So you can see how that plays out. So when you do make a donation of whatever kind that you do, you can see something that will either unlock something within the game here tonight, or potentially also influence the finale of our season here in week 8. We're on week 4. Let's
Just
get
loose in there.
down to the Dungeons and the Dragons. Welcome to it. Hey, so you have boarded a very sleek-looking pirate ship called Aeyristi's Breath. Where's your miniature? Let's get the miniatures out, miniatures.
I have it.
You know, I need.
Oh, we're
Kyle,
not
they're in
using
the
our
box.
They're in the box.
cool
Okay.
guys.
No, inspiration is not. been
Dom's gonna
unlocked
get
yet.
around, get in front of the camera. Everyone sees. that I'm not
Dom,
wearing
Stand in
Dom,
front
Dom,
of Havana and Eric's
Were
camera.
we supposed to wear pants?
What? No.
Debatable.
Pants optional.
So
nothing's in
this
there.
ship is
I mean, they're around my ankle.
captained by Marcus Coyle, who is the character that you met last session, who was interested in breaking into the king's treasury, as it were. I need one for Marcus and his first mate, who's an orc too. I forgot to get those out. That's my bad. So you have stepped forth on the deck of this thing and quick pushed off, and you were in hot pursuit by some forces of.
Can you move me?
Darkness.
Where would you like to be
Yeah, we're probably in the middle, just for like,
for chilling?
Oh, I am like straight Titanic.
Straight up.
I want to be holding him.
Very good.
You're gonna fall.
Yeah. So
be
you
careful.
pushed off from
He's
the
super high. Of course he is.
the spider's nest, right? And sailed out across the Ella Maelstrom, and in out the back of the stern, you saw.
Thanks, Dom. Dom, everybody, he knocked something over.
Oh, wait.
He knocked over.
He knocked it over.
He knocked over.
It's just soundproofing, Dom.
Yeah, it's just fiberglass.
It doesn't make any noise.
Every time you guys say that, I get so scared. What if we're breathing it right now? What if it's in us?
No, we probably should.
It would take a lot of exposure, like, I don't know, 3-4 hours a week for multiple months in a row.
It's all very asbestos.
You can't say that to me.
cruel.
I'll believe you.
I know.
Is it true?
No, it's not.
Oh my god.
And so, as you made your grand getaway from the glorious floating citadel of Reliquaire, suddenly waves of energy sort of engulfed this thing, and you saw it rapidly age and crumble and become encrusted with moss and mold and vines. And the people on the beach turned to skeleton
God.
and crumbled into bones right there in front
And
of
we went,
your vision.
whoopsie.
And you just zip,
Go.
zipped out. And so, Marcus Coyle. Oh, by the way, let me just take care of a little bit of business here. Witless Me sends a reroll to me. Thank you very much.
Witless, why?
Wraith sends a reroll to Havana Mahoney.
Thanks,
More
Ray.
like it.
One for you. And Angry
More
Chef
like it.
sends a reroll to me.
Good.
I have
Why?
You have 2 left from last
I have
week.
2
I think
left.
you were the only one who had any left
I think
from last week.
I have 20.
Yeah.
I think I've never
You
got
always
one
have
where
a
I spent
tower.
them all.
Our
Something stupid.
reroll tokens are generously provided by Campaign Coins. So if you would like to get some of these glorious D20 tokens for yourself,
I use them for so many things in my game. I absolutely love them. And I think the Kickstarter may be closed right now.
I think the backer kit for the Mondo-sized D20 tokens just closed.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
but you know they'll probably be going up on the site after that. I'm guessing then.
I hope so. I'm ready to get mine.
Yeah, I know.
I got some prototypes.
Black magic.
So you are sailing forth on the surface of the Ella Maelstrom, and you can see the wind whistling above you and the big troughs of the waves just pushing the ship forward. The one thing that you notice that is curious is that this pirate ship does not have regular sails per se. It has a series of silvery nets that are hung from the masts. And the other thing that you notice is that there is a beam of almost pure white, but has just a little bit of a yellowish tinge, a shaft of light about 10 feet in diameter that's coming out of the front of the ship and sort of pierces into the waves. And as the waves part, then the ship just sort of races forward into the trough that's cut forth by that.
So it's like
beam of light.
Oh wait, so that's a beam of light, or like that's
No. So there's a dragon prow,
Okay.
mounted on the front as the frontispiece, or the what's it called again? The
Bow?
The bow.
like the bowsprit or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call this? The sculpture on the front.
Spirit of New Orleans.
Somewhere from below the ship, like below the water line, is this
The boat
shaft
face.
of light
That's what it's
Okay.
called, face.
Okay.
that comes out ostensibly from somewhere way below decks, comes out and shoots out probably like 40, 50, 60 feet, and seems to just like part the waves of the water around it, right? And as that water splits away from the beam, the ship seems like to pull forward.
So what normally would be like super choppy sea waters is being essentially kind of like cut.
Yeah. It's like literally like almost like slicing through the water. But what you since you're at the front and you're looking at it, what you see is the water just almost like repelled away, right? You can tell that there's a channel being cut in the water, like everything is repulsed around it.
Can I ask what's happening behind the ship as we're going forward?
Well, you are drafting a wake, You know, it looks like there's probably some sort of keel. But it's just it's like any other sort of like, it's comparable to what a wind-powered ship would be in that you don't see any extra foam or anything like that. It's not like you're being propelled out the back.
Oh no, I was worried that like everything was being destroyed as we were propelled forward.
No, but why don't you give me a perception check since you're curious about this?
Curious.
Well, that's a 2 plus
That's
your
a 2
life.
plus 3. Wait, I have advantage. Perception.
If it involves smell, this is not a smell
What
related.
does it smell like?
I mean, there are some smells.
It smells
let me
like
tell
ocean
you.
air and waves.
Well, so
It's a candle.
here's what you pick up. You know, given your roll, you can see that you rather rapidly kind of like put reliquary off in the distance, right? And actually, what you end up seeing, maybe one of the reasons you're not so like concerned about what's immediately happening around you is you see. Remember, there were these like huge waves that were above, but kept kind of going across reliquary, like they were up in the air. There's these like foaming, frothing sheets of wind and vapor and things like that. Well, one of them turns into a giant wave that just swamps the city. Wham! And you see it kind of like rock to one side and then rock backward, and it looks like it's maybe now waterlogged and beginning to take on water and slowly beginning to descend. But other than that, you know, the back of the ship, it looks like you're going through sort of like choppy seas or whatever, but you don't see anything unusual in terms of extraordinary effects or anything like that.
It's still making me like so seasick though.
Right. You can tell that like the ship does kind of like bob in the back, but once you get sort of like forward of this kind of section, it's very smooth up front, which is kind of surprising because usually it's the bow of the ship that's kind of like crashing through the waves. But it's extraordinarily smooth sailing up towards the front half of the ship. All right, so Captain Coyle, Marcus, is at the helm here. You can see his. This is not a great miniature for Hoog, but Hoog is the orcish first mate, right? And he's kind of like pulling on these nets and tending these nets and whatnot, and he's walking around and double checking the cannons and everything. Yeah, I just shamed Dom into getting another one. While we're on a miniature break, inspiration has come around for everyone. So, thank you to chat.
Thanks, chat.
Thank you.
That is that.
Oh yeah, I'm an ugly little
It's
bugger.
never put.
The guy
on
that
something.
shakes moist.
Yeah,
Down here, yeah.
He does. He looks like Moist is his middle name.
Also,
Oh yeah, there
Is
you
that
go.
good?
Are you happy now, Tom?
Now that Jopper is there.
Chopper, get to the job.
also, I get 4 chaos dice to use against the party.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much. It is appreciado. Right. Did we get a miniature?
Yes.
It's
What?
right here.
Oh, I
I
didn't-
put it there and you touched it.
I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch it.
All right. Very good. All right. So yeah, Hoog is walking around checking, trimming these strange silvery nets that are hanging from the masts. In another thing that you find curious, they billow backwards, right? They don't billow forwards like their sails that have wind blowing into them. They billow backwards because there's wind blowing into them from the front, right? So they're not pushing the ship forward at all. Whatever this beam is pulling the ship forward. So
Oh, that's weird. Why hasn't it done it all?
Maybe, well, we'll find out because I'm going to pester the hell out of Hoog. I'm going to be asking so many questions. Is this like with like whales where they have like the teeth that like catch the little tiny things? Are we catching stuff? What are you doing in there? Or do we eat it afterwards? Are we going to eat soon? Is there going to be like so on and so forth?
What's wrong with Joven's voice right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah. I know it wasn't high like a normal thing.
He's really
I'm really trying to put on my manly voice for Hoog because he's so big and strong.
Bless you.
all right. So yeah, Hoog makes his way up to the bow at some point, and he's kind of like trimming things around and whatnot. And he looks at you and standing in the bow, and he's like, You navigate?
Yes. No, not normally by sea. I'm not much of a boat person.
You're standing in the navigator spot.
Oh, is this the navigator spot? What do you do in the navigator spot? Well, I navigate, obviously, but this is all new to me. There's a shaft of light. There are these nets that are catching things. Are they catching things, or is it just the wind? What are the nets for?
The nets catch things.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, good.
Try to
Sharp mind.
net whatever sort of treasures we can.
Woo, treasures.
Yeah.
Like natural.
Why else would you have a pirate ship if you were gonna...
You're right. It's a dumb question.
Treasures. Besides, we need fuel.
Fuel? Oh, is that what? Do we catch the fuel in the nets?
Well, hopefully.
Oh, this is a very green ship. I'm actually enjoying it quite more. Thank you. Then what exactly powers the ship? Is it the elements of from the maelstrom that are kind of siphoned back, or my knowledge of all of this is quite rudimentary.
You got any pipe tobacco or anything?
I have mushrooms.
Can you smoke mushrooms?
We can certainly try.
Yeah, all right, that sounds
okay.
good.
Let's do it.
What do you got?
Yeah.
I want to see what you got.
I'll like put them out. We'll
You chop him up a little bit, all right. And he takes it. He stuffs it in his pipe. He's like, I smoke weirder stuff, whatever. So he, jams a meerschaum pipe into the corner of his mouth, and he says, well, it runs on like everything primordium runs. It runs on gemstones, crystals.
Oh, shinies.
Shinies.
I have a friend that would be quite interested in those.
Well, everybody's interested in them. That's the only way to get anything done in this plane of chaos where we live.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Alton kind of is like, and you just picked those right out of the air, huh?
Well, if we cover enough territory, move fast enough, hopefully.
I can't tell if you're in character taunting him with your pipe or out of character taunting Tom. Because he doesn't have a
If
pipe.
Tom pulls out a pipe, I'm going to get so
50-50.
excited. If Tom pulls out a pipe right now, I would be so
I honestly
excited.
would not be surprised at all. Tom's got one. You know he does.
No,
I think I've seen Tom's pipe before.
he definitely owns one, but he's on this whole
He's
minimizing.
Marie Kondoing his DM bag.
Yeah, he's talked about it a lot.
He's even
does with
tweeted
hard
about
joy.
it on his Twitter, 6 hit points. Drop a follow.
Spelled out. SIXHIT.
SEXHIT.
No.
POI.
That is that's my locked account.
Sex poinsettias.
Who doesn't want to put their dick in a plant?
Does the plant bite?
Is my dick
Because if yes, I'm
Wait,
in.
should I be answering as me or as Jordan?
Oh, thank you.
Where's that been?
You should have just taken both.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to put it
You're
in.
like,
Yeah. Well, I tell you anyway,
Start looking at my notification.
yeah, if you go,
That's a lot of emojis
you
in
go
there.
fast enough and you cover enough territory, hopefully we'll take on a little bit of fuel. But typically we got to trade or hunt for it or acquire it the old-fashioned way.
Again, we're a bit
Was
new.
sex?
What's the old-fashioned way?
Is it with sex?
No, he mentioned this was a pirate.
Pirate ship.
Oh,
Steal it.
pirating.
Beat people over the head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are there There are cannons. Excellent. Okay.
Well, there are cannons. We got a lot of them. It slows the ship down when you fire the cannons.
Well, we're not going to fire unless we need to. I just hope that we don't need to. God, I hope that we need to. But, that's... Never mind. I'm going to step out of the navigator spot and let someone with better qualifications... It's the navigator.
You just have a navigator.
I'll have you know I'm like an expert navigator.
Whoa.
I believe it.
Wait, really?
Maybe.
I just never know if people are lying to me or not.
I mean, I obviously at the academy we learned a lot of naval and stuff, but honestly, I don't know how useful I would be because a lot of my orienteering and naval shipman stuff was based on a place that had stars.
Yeah, that I didn't really notice it before, but the sky is quite dark. Are there stars? No, yeah, probably not. Yeah.
No, the whole place is kind of suffused with this like odd kind of green glow, right? Mm-hmm. That's brighter, kind of off over the bow, off to one side, like over this way. It would be brighter.
Well, tell me how do you navigate a ship like this when there is no way to measure where you are?
Now, well, I don't know. We got an arrangement.
Just a fountain of information. This
I don't like it. It wasn't my idea. It's Marcus's idea. I don't like it.
I feel like whether there were stars or not, someone that calls themselves top boy at all turns would probably be able to figure it out.
I mean,
Is that true? Are you smart as well as good looking?
What the chemistry? It's happening.
I've been known
I
to...
ship it, and we're on a ship.
Ship it on a ship.
He takes his pipe out, and even though the mushrooms are still like steaming embers, burning embers, he just taps it out in his hand. He's like, "You got any real pipe tobacco?"
I don't know what.
How about you put your butt in this pipe? I'll smoke it.
That's
That escalated quickly.
You got any?
that's Elton's. I mean, that's
Elton?
that's Alton's like B material.
I may have a little spare tobacco. You wouldn't happen to have anything good to drink around on these parts, would you?
Well, a good drink. I mean, what an orc thinks is good drink, and what a...
I'm just thinking of the size proportions here. It's really a lot. He's a full orc, right?
Yeah, he's full on orc.
I know. Alton's like emaciated.
He's 6.5 feet tall.
Half elf?
Yeah, built.
Not emaciated.
You don't eat. You literally don't eat.
I mean,
You have a problem.
I could sleep in his boot, and it would be adorable.
I just pictured Badger as a roly-poly. Very cute.
I tell you what, I got some sour mash. That's what I like to drink.
What the fuck is sour mash?
It sounds like
it's a type of whiskey, kind of. Yeah. Jack Daniels is sour mash.
Marcus.
Make that up.
No,
Is everyone lying tonight?
no, Jack Daniels is sour mashes.
Marcus likes this fancy kind of port. I know where he keeps it, but he's gonna notice if something goes missing. So,
Well, I will say that I do drink the fancy stuff, but my time in the army had taught me, get it where you can.
that sounds like pirate advice to me. And he goes out into his little. He's got a belt pouch and whatnot, and he's got a belt on. And he reaches in and he pulls out one of those. He pulls out a metal disc, and then he whoosh, like that, and it telescopes out into a glass. And he hands you one of those, and whoosh, he pulls, telescopes the second one out, and he just has a bottle. He's got a bottle.
He went to Ray before we got on
This is the second time in this arc I've done this with an NPC,
Yeah.
and then they've had telescoping glasses.
He's like, "Where do you think I got him? We've been
the
stuck
real
in Reliquaire for a
question.
long time."
How many do you own in real life?
I don't own any.
Oh,
do you
okay.
not?
Make a note. We gotta get Tom a present.
Add it to the wish list.
That's definitely like camping gear.
And it is the classic, like bottle with a cork in the top that he pulls out in his teeth and quick pours a swig and cheers to you. Guns it down and slams the thing against his side of his gut and then throws it in his little belt pouch there.
Pull out my little thing and it's like, grab yourself a pinch if you don't mind.
No, all right. And he puts 2 meaty fingers in there and stuffs the pipe full and away we go. Oh. Yeah, anyway, I got quarters for you downstairs. Don't talk to the sisters. Don't cross the lines with the sisters.
Well, who are the sisters? Jinx, Pinch Poke, you owe me a fish.
Well, like I said, we got an arrangement. You know, these are not your typical seas, and Marcus set the whole thing up. I'd rather just sort of let the winds take us wherever they may. But if you want to go someplace specific in the primordium, well, you gotta cut a deal.
Who are we cutting a deal with?
Well, you've got to deal with Marcus. He's gonna guide you in exchange for kind of a cut of whatever you all get into, I guess.
But who have you guys made a deal with?
Well, I mean, listen. If you're gonna traverse a plane of chaos, there's only one creature that thrives in chaos.
Demon?
Hey, very good. You're a smart bird. I like you.
Fiends?
Yeah.
I've been reading up on them.
Essentially fiends, yeah, they're demons. Yeah.
Just saying.
There's 3 sisters.
Like, they was my favorite enemy then.
Whose sisters are they?
I mean, I don't know their full lineage. They're sisters with each other for sure. I know that much.
But do they have, like, a dad?
I mean, most creatures have a father.
But I mean, like, do you know him? Is he, like, on the ship?
No. These are the only 3 fiends that are on the ship, to my knowledge, unless one of you. You're a devil, I know that. No, as far as I know.
Are you a demon?
No,
Would you tell me?
I probably wouldn't.
Jorvin would know.
Done.
I would know.
Would you?
Jorvin is on the demon.
Would you know, Jordan?
Well, I don't want to expand a spell slot right now, so, you know, I could know if I wanted to, but right now I just don't really feel like it.
Yeah.
If you ask me
Can I,
if
like, smell a demon?
They should smell like fire and brimstone, I'm pretty sure.
Smell like farts.
Whoa.
It smells like alcohol and bad choices.
No, I guess
That
I'm a
is
demon.
what
No, I was just talking about Alton.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so you're saying don't talk to the sisters?
They're only going to tempt you into trying to let them go.
Why can't they go?
Well, we'd be, first of all, we'd be lost here in the primordium, wouldn't be able to navigate at all.
Well, where would they go?
Well, they probably turn on Marcus and me and anybody else on the ship, as far as that's
Well,
concerned.
that doesn't sound like a deal. That sounds like imprisonment.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely imprisonment. They're right about
Like-
that. They're demons. What do you want to let them roam free?
Well, you said a deal.
Yeah, that's the deal.
I'm guessing that whoever they made a deal with was not the sisters, that the deal was to hold on to the sisters,
Oh.
use them, imprison them, but also gain the navigation. It was part of whatever this deal was.
So who'd you make the deal with?
I didn't make the deal at all. Marcus is in charge of the ship. I'm just first mate. I don't,
Well, you're first mate, so you're probably privy to lots of important information.
Yeah.
Now, what would you like to know?
Who'd you make the deal with?
I didn't make the deal.
Who did
Yes,
he
but-
make the deal with?
Yeah.
The
Well,
royal you.
we're on the same ship. Can't we just go talk to Marcus?
A man as strong and handsome as you gathers this sort of information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, this sort of trucking with demons that's not my skill set, okay? That's not my cup of tea. That's not what I...
Unless it's with that devil. And I pointed at Alton.
Are you a demon?
I'm not a demon.
I'm just trying to wingman it, that's all.
You're doing a terrible... Can I just say, I don't think you're doing what you think you're doing.
Oh, do I?
No.
You don't think... But I know that you know that I know what I'm doing, so...
I'll just tell you
Well,
one
I
thing.
don't know what either of you are
I
doing.
have never and will never need your help in this aspect of my life. And that's...
Freddy's got me.
Yeah.
That's true, you won't.
You're a really great wingman.
I have two. That's for you. I appreciate you so much.
All right. Thanks to chat, each player receives 2 chaos dice.
Stop.
That's what
Stop.
these are.
You guys are crazy.
That they can use against the DM when the time comes. When they so
Fuck the
choose.
DM.
Maybe.
Fuck this shit.
Maybe.
Fuck you too.
Yeah, take that.
Do you think I can drink this now?
Now, if it's in a Yeti,
So
it's probably
scared.
not any cooler.
Do you have one of these? They're
Yeah.
like a lava preserver.
I don't have a Yeti,
And
but I
ice
have
cream.
a swell bottle or whatever, and those are.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Yetis are like I have to leave the lab for like 2 hours in order to.
All right. So with that, Hoog sort of like, well, I gotta attend to some other business here about the ship. Keep us rolling. So he wanders off. I guess that you were all kind of around here, huh?
I like that. Think we had that conversation across the ship.
Hey!
Are you a demon?
So, what would you like to do at this point?
No, but I wouldn't tell you if I were.
Well, what do you guys think?
I think we need to figure out where we're going, and that's you, kiddo.
What?
That's you. You figure out where we're going.
Why me?
Because you have the rod.
Oh yeah, I have 2 pieces
I
now.
know.
I also have a keen eyes.
You do.
Thank you.
And you shoot lightning.
Well, Strum will look. That's true. That's a really good point. I'm static shock. Strum's going to look around, make sure no one's around, and then if no one's around, then take out the rod and see how it's reacting to the environment.
Okay.
Sneaky deaky.
All right. Just give me a stealth check.
First roll with this die set. Ooh, I'll take it.
Good guy.
I think it's
It's a lot.
a 17.
You're only +5 on stealth.
Yeah, this is an Avril, Tom.
She's
All right.
only a bar.
If it were, it'd be like a freaking 30.
Sure, that's fine. So you can surreptitiously, take the rod and you're going to concentrate to kind of see where the next piece is. Is that the idea? Mm-hmm. All right, very good. All right, so you're somewhat headed in the right direction. You feel that the rod is pulling just slightly centered off to the port side here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going in the right direction. It's kind of off to the left here,
After that way? All right.
but I mean, generally.
I'll go tell the captain we need to just turn a little bit.
What are you gonna say when he asks why?
I feel like it.
Okay.
Okay. So you approach Marcus.
Yeah. Marcus, this thing just turns like any old ship, right?
Yeah, for the most part, it turns like any old ship. I mean, yeah.
Great.
Actually turns a little bit smoother than most ships.
Fascinating. I'm feeling like we're heading kind of the right direction, but I'd love it if we maybe turn just a tad.
Your face right now.
Just like
So
a tad.
skeptical.
He's speaking. It's always skeptical.
Okay.
I can't even do
That's
that.
our
face.
destination kind of heading the right way. I'm just trying to aim us close.
Is there a particular place you want to head? Because
Yeah, just like
I can't help it.
can I let me just explain something about the primordium, right? Which is it is a plane of pure, unadulterated chaos.
yeah.
So there's really no such thing as traveling in a straight line to reach a
Okay.
destination.
Great. So if you could just turn us just like.
And he cranks the wheel like an eighth of a turn.
All right. Great, thank you.
Is that all we needed?
Okay. You want to help fill me in on where we're going? How long of a trip this is supposed to be, or?
We'll definitely pirate anything along the way.
I'm just, it just seems like the good way, I got a nose for these things.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do. But whatever.
Okay, well, I'm trying to protect you.
What?
I don't want him to know that I'm following your orders about where to go.
Oh, is that what we're doing here? It's on me now? Like, I didn't even tell you that we're going the right way. Which we are, but still, it's not the point.
Magical creatures,
Magically know the way. Rawr.
Oh, so you're a navigator too.
I navigate based on smell because I smell like one really good and really well.
Huh. All right. That could be interesting.
It could work in your favor. You're welcome.
Let me know if you smell anything unusual. It's a plane of raw chaos. I'm sure weird things are gonna pop up all the time.
I'm overwhelmed by the scent of chaos and bad decisions and alcohol that I smell coming from somewhere.
That's probably who.
Not good elven pipeweed?
A little bit of that, too.
I was curious about, I know your navigation spot. How does that work? Is it just somebody watches and tells you, or is it actual control comes from that spot?
That's where you stand to make a request.
A request of whom?
Well, I mean, you're gonna meet them anyhow when you go below decks to pick out your quarters. There's 3 sisters. They're fiends. They're bound to me and bound to the ship. And they enable us to navigate the primordium. Like I said, there's no straight lines in a sea of raw chaos. So in order to navigate to whatever destination we'd want to reach, we have to use a creature that is inherently chaotic.
Right.
So you keep 3 sisters against their will and use their capabilities to guide you around?
Yeah, they're demons.
Just because they're demons doesn't mean they're, like, bad inherently.
I think it kind of does.
Literally the definition of what a demon is.
They're from...
So you're telling me that 3 people born into the same family are all evil? Like, none of them deviate just a little bit?
I mean, one of them might be, like, into, like, torture, and the other one into, like, really, like, just fire and stuff. Like, they might have different kinds of areas of expertise.
Yeah, one of them has a whip, one of them has a trident, one of them has like a little spike staff.
That you let them keep now? Do they have those things?
Well, they're inside a magic circle. It's not like they're going to be able to use them.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're not using them. So how do you know they're not, like, maybe changed a little bit, but you guys are still using them for your own purposes?
Wait a minute. So you're against the imprisonment of them, but you want to take their weapons away. I'm trying to follow the ethos.
You're the one that took their weapons away.
I didn't take them away. They've got them.
So why do they have weapons if you have them hostage and you're using their powers, but you also have the... I'm so confused by your hatefulness and keeping of... You don't even know that they're evil.
No, they're demons. They are evil.
Demons aren't inherently bad.
Yeah,
every demon we've met so far has tried to kill me, and I've gotten pretty close most of the time.
Oh,
too.
Yeah, you
like
almost
me
died.
Specifically. Yeah.
They really don't like you.
Oh,
have
so
you ever
much
asked
acid.
yourself what you did to the demons?
Mainly gotten in the way of its acid.
Yeah.
That sounds like a logical reason to be upset.
Yeah, if I was a demon, I would definitely be mad at you for getting in the way.
Also that time.
How dare you burst my acid pus bubbles?
There was also that time a demon was mad at you because you didn't want it to convert all other life in the world to it.
Yeah, that's true. There was lots of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was that demon that wanted to take your shadow and turn it into blood.
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they say, you can't always turn a shadow into blood.
But
Other
you
than
can
that,
always turn blood into a shadow.
There was that one really cool demon who was the cat guy who smoked the pipe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was...
I mean, he
one of them
also
was-
tried to kill us.
Yeah, he was an asshole too, actually. now I think about it.
One time we fought a demon that was my ex.
Oh,
That is
the
true.
worst
Oh,
guy.
I'd really, really like to know what you did in that situation.
Well, funny story.
Abandonment. Mainly it was abandonment.
But that's because Alton has abandonment issues of his own due to past experiences.
But I think, like, realistically, maybe the demons have abandonment issues too. Like, they're the three of them. They stick together. Maybe they were abandoned by their parents. They're not actually evil.
I think it's more.
Let's go talk to them.
I can't stress enough, don't talk to them, and especially do not cross the line of the magic circle.
I think it's
they're
less-
going to try and talk you into that. If you breach those lines, they will run roughshod over the ship and probably kill all
I feel
of
like
us.
demons.
I won't talk to them.
Regardless,
I
I
think
feel.
if you wink, he knows. You're lying.
Yeah, and I feel like demons, if you think of it like this, it's not that they're people born to parents of demons. It's like a fire elemental creates other fire elementals, and it's like, well, how do you know that he's a fire? Maybe he's not a fire. It's like, no, they're like sort of elemental chaos in a way. You know, it's what they are.
Chaos
You
begets
should use another
chaos.
example. You've lost me logically.
That sour mash
Fire
has
elemental?
gone to my head. I did not expect that.
Right, but
It's been a
Marcus,
while.
quick. I know you said don't speak to them, but I've been needing to practice. I've been learning Infernal. I've been needing to kind of like practice a little bit. You know, like I'm still not great with syntax. I've been hoping maybe I could just practice a little bit with them. If that's
They're going to try and tempt you.
okay.
Literally, the only one here who I would trust not to be tempted is Strum.
I've historically been very good at tempting that. Wait,
That's
what's the word?
true.
Not succumbing
Resisting
to
temptation.
that. That's what I'm trying to say.
That
I also had some sour mash. I had
told you
two drops.
I told you I would only give you if you didn't tattle on me.
Tattle? What did I tattle on?
You
you being
While
a
they're
demon?
talking, can I sneak off and go find the demons?
It's not hard to find the demons. They're below decks. You've been told that they're downstairs.
I know, but I want to like discreetly go while everyone is distracted to find the demons.
We are all talking about how you want to go do that.
Yeah, but no one's paying attention to me as this conversation is happening.
Yeah, but you're a saber-toothed tiger.
Well, how tall are you on all fours?
I mean, pretty tall.
Like 4 feet?
No, I mean saber-toothed tigers were like they stood up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean they were.
Like in the monster manual, that height, is that like on hind legs, or is that like total length, or is that like
Pretty sure
standing
it's
up
total length.
from the ground up?
Consult the beyond.
You're not a large-sized creature, though, right? You're just a medium-sized
Medium.
creature.
Oh, I'm a large beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're large? Oh, okay.
I'm a large.
Yeah, then you
I'm a large beast.
probably are like 5 feet at the shoulder and probably about 10 feet long. Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
should fear me.
You're so much taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I think you and Jorvin are both
Yeah, I'm
like
3.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Same. We're both the same exact size.
I was thinking all of us were at head level together.
No.
Roar's up here. Her teeth are on our level. The tips poke my eye.
You can give me a stealth check, but it's going to be a disadvantage because you're in the midst. Everybody's in the midst of this conversation.
And I have a very high perception.
Whoa, 14 and a 6. It's a 5.
You're sneaking away going, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun.
So 11.
11 total. What's your passive perception?
Probably.
Oh, where's
What's
that
your
at?
perception score?
Towards the.
My passive is 16.
14.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Oh, 17.
So, you slyly kind of like, turn and your tail kind of twitches a little bit and you start to kind of stalk your way down the thing. And both of them are just like,
Regardless, don't.
Don't what?
You're trying to sneak away to talk to the demons.
I don't understand what would make you think something like that, and I feel really attacked right now personally. And I'm vexed.
We were having a conversation, then you froze for a second, and then started backing away.
I am like really vexed that you would put that on me right now. Like, it's so...
Don't do the fake cry. I invented the fake cry.
Her tears are so big they'll drown me. Stop.
She doesn't have tear ducts. She can't actually cry.
I don't understand why you can't just like let
not
me
true.
go for my walk and get some air. There's like no air on this open air shop.
Downstairs? Do you like to go downstairs? You guys lie the same. You guys legit lie the same.
I mean, if it's gonna make Roar feel better.
But it could also unleash demons and kill us all.
We faced demons before.
Yeah, but then also if we kill the demons, then we're just floating out here.
Yeah,
but
we
that
need them to
doesn't-
navigate, and
That
that's
doesn't
probably the
help us
most
get
important.
one. The demons are what makes the ship move.
What if we
technically that's not correct.
What if we put a big rope around her waist? And then if she starts to like go into the circle, we'll yank her out.
Well, the
Are you
problem.
suggesting
Who's gonna
putting a
hand-
leash on me like some kind of
Why is-
domestic?
I specifically said waist, so that wouldn't be the implication.
I am not
More
a
like a-
domestic beast. I am like
What about more like a
so-
saddle?
Rar, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to convince people to let you do what you want to do, but we want to do it in a safe way. I don't think you should be leashed. I think you're very...
he wants to put a saddle on me.
He is drunk.
And also
What else is new?
hi.
Hello?
Not true.
Oh,
Weren't you just like smoking elven grass out of
It's
your
tobacco.
he's just getting
Blend.
unfiltered. He's gonna die soon.
probably.
If only.
Don't say that.
Well,
Badger.
From my studies of fiends, because that's the one thing I got going new for me right now, has been reading up on books about demons.
Demons.
The demons.
No demons.
Is that when it comes to the magic circle, you cannot break it's made out of, I think from what I read, like salt or other elements, chalk, things like that, and if at any point the line is broken, the binding magic is destroyed.
Oh, I think that was in that book written by the brothers Winchester.
Yes, yes. There we go.
I'm astonished right now.
Do we have any salt?
I mean, you have plenty.
Are you calling me salty?
What? No, I just mean in your pack. No. That's
Strum likes to
somebody
put
else?
salt in everyone's pack.
I only have salt for putting in wounds, like you just did mine.
Oh my god. I make one joke. This whole campaign.
I thought it was good. It was.
Humor's not my thing.
It's a little more
I'm more
dickish
of
than
a-
we're used to.
A music girl.
I know, and you're great. And I'm glad that you're expanding.
Your repertoire.
Thanks to chat, Hero's Favor has been unlocked, everyone. So,
Thanks,
Spend
Job.
mine to put a leash on.
Oh my god.
all right. So, what would you like to do?
I have a butt head.
Oh, that's a vagina head for sure. Did you lick it?
No, I
Oh.
nuzzled it.
Oh,
A little bit.
that's better.
Be gentle.
All right. Well, we've presented some options, so I think it's your go. Your say.
I think maybe I'm just tired and just gonna lay down.
Well, let's go find places to sleep. And I think we shouldn't spread out, you know. I know, you know, it's just in case we should all stick together, maybe.
I just feel like I'm disappointing the DM so bad. Okay.
No, I don't.
No,
think
he
so.
wants this to happen.
Oh yeah, he wants to murder.
He put the demons there for you. Are you kidding?
Can I take off running towards the demons?
Why are you asking me questions like that?
What?
Of course you can.
You don't have to ask.
You've
him
been
for
told this
permission.
stuff is below decks.
I know, but now I'm gonna go and run downstairs.
All right. So, regardless runs off down below decks as you're like, let's go find a place to sleep.
Bye!
So,
Yeah, below deck.
down below.
These are great. Where'd you get the maps, Tom?
Skeleton Key Games.
Ooh.
Thanks, Skeleton Key Games.
Did you add that rug?
No, that was on there.
That was on there?
Oh, but you colored it,
I
didn't you?
colored it,
Oh,
I
it
did.
looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no,
So-
don't go in that room, Rar.
Why?
Because there's a cat
I
pelt
assume,
rug.
I assume you guys are
Yeah, we'll
following.
follow.
We are definitely following.
Is that what that is? Is it a cat pelt rug?
Yeah, there's like 2 in there.
Okay, I wanna
Tiger rug.
stop short of getting to
like
the
3 in
ring of
there.
hill and stand by the pelt.
And is it just us? No one else followed us?
I mean, Marcus has to steer the ship
Okay, so
unless
That's
Hoog is going to take
That's
over.
all I was really concerned about. And I just say, Strum, we could ask them specifically to take us to the next piece, but I feel very uncomfortable telling demons that we're after the Rod of Seven Parts.
Wait. We're uncomfortable with possibly telling Marcus about it, but we're gonna definitely tell some demons about
He
it.
was saying demons.
I was saying
feel
that's the
uncomfortable
exact
saying-
opposite of what I was saying.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Kyle, maybe if you weren't doing your homework, you'd know.
I'm drawing the demons.
You are doing calculus and we all know.
You don't even know what they look like.
That didn't flip when the rest of the thing flipped. It was really disorienting.
I just think it's really messed up that you assume that the demons are ugly.
What?
That's how they
What are you talking
convince
about?
you.
This
That's
is
a cutie pie.
beautiful.
I'd hit that.
He really would.
So lonely.
They are like lady demons.
Look at her
though.
questionable
It doesn't matter to me.
eyebrows.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you work your way through the ship. You can tell that there are a variety of stores that have been secured on board, and you can hear sort of a curious kind of constant vibration or thrum coming from below the deck below you.
A
It's kind of like
Strum thrum?
Is it a Strum thrum?
no,
Question.
No, it is not. It is not melodious or cool. It is like. It almost.
Bees.
It sounds a lot like jars full of bees.
It's Cleopatra still.
So
Yep. I was thinking that, but wasn't gonna say it because why do I always say that? Why can't I stop? And now you're part of the problem. I can't stop talking about Cleopatra still though.
like as I described before, the rear end of the ship does kind of like gently bob up and down in the wake that you're creating here in the Ella Maelstrom. But as you move in this direction, it steadies out. The front of the ship definitely steadies out. There you go. What would you like to do? How would you like to proceed?
I mean, I think Strum is just sort of on Roar's heels, basically just.
Yeah, I'm going to be comically like we have to show caution. Come on, he told it, and I'm like just holding on to her tail while she's just pulling me like down.
I imagine it's that cartoon thing where you're not being dragged. You're just like in, like the tail's flapping. You're like,
I'm also
my space.
I didn't say you could grab my tail.
So, dragging the rest of the party along, you eventually open up into this large cargo area, which is curiously empty of cargo. There's some stuff packed in one corner, but for the main area that you would load most of your cargo into, there is a very little cargo here, and instead you see 3 figures. each
1,
within
2, 3.
ensconced within these.
Why would you have minis for them if we weren't supposed to meet them?
That's what I'm saying. He put them there because he knew we'd fuck it up. Oh yeah. You can't resist a
ensconced
good
within
time.
these magic circles. And so you see 3. It looks like they're wearing robes, right? It actually looks like they're wearing almost like glistening red robes that would appear to, like at first glance, that it appears like they're made out of like almost like a shiny rubber or something like that, right?
Oh, this is Jennifer Lopez's The
Cell.
Cell.
Yeah. I like that. My imagery went immediately there too.
Well,
Yes.
that may be true if in Jennifer Lopez's The Cell.
Juniper.
Jennifer.
Juniper Lopez.
Juniper Lopez.
On closer inspection, you realize that she's not actually wearing a rubber gown of any
She's
sort.
naked and that's her skin.
It's someone else's skin.
She's naked and it's someone else.
They're draped in a shroud of congealed blood.
Oh, no thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, they're demons. I don't know if I've mentioned that.
We just talked about how hot demons can be. We just talked about that. This is not hot.
if you want them to be hot, they definitely are shapely. One of them, like I said, carries a whip. One of them carries a trident with a long leather-wrapped haft on it, and the other one carries a spiked staff.
This is so kinky.
And they're sitting cross-legged, but they're hovering like about 3 feet off of the deck. That's not 3 feet, but anyway, hovering cross-legged, and they do have like leather, wrist cuffs, and it looks like they're wearing leather blindfolds, or blinders actually.
Like horse blinders?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Peaky blinders.
Are they all Peaky Blinders?
They're all
Lady Peaky Blinders in Jennifer Lopez's The Cell outfits. Got it. Nailed it.
I'm here for all of this.
And
I'm ready for this porno.
as you enter the room, one of them says, "Oh, Farla, Diasma, well, looks like we have company. New passengers aboard the ship."
In Infernal, I would like to say, "Hello, ladies."
His voice.
Your accent's so heavy already.
I know. Yeah.
You say that, and like all 3 of them, like instantly kind of like turn their blindered heads in your direction and give you kind of this like piercing gaze, and then one of them mutters in Infernal, "Oh, he is a tasty one. How do you know our speech?"
Many of you have tried to kill me. Most of you have almost succeeded.
Oh, those must have
I'm
been...
not sure that's something you should share.
Not that I can understand what you're saying.
In Infernal, I say, I'm an overshare.
Oh, what? You know what? Actually,
I'm an overshare.
Whoa. That escalated quickly.
Oh, shoot. I have tongues, but it's like a per person thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they obviously talk to us in common. I was just trying to establish... Like,
Oh, okay. I was going to say I could give...
One of them says in Infernal, "Oh, those must have been the mean demons. We're just naughty."
They were just drawn that way.
Sexy, naughty demons?
I've signed up.
Yeah.
If there's a waiting list, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Just saying.
This is a
Followed the
ship of
Tumblr and they got
dreams.
mad that it got banned.
And
I'm real mad about that.
in Infernal, go on.
They banned a picture of me.
I'm sure you can do something
banned
for
everything.
us.
How
Maybe
dare
we can do
you?
something for you if you free us.
Free you. Well, that seems explicitly against the wishes Marcus had.
He's told me a lot to
Marcus,
them.
he's a spoil sport. Marcus isn't any fun.
It's true.
Just really quick, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast tongues on Roar because she came down here and wanted to talk to them. So I'm going to just gently touch her side and with my other hand just kind of play a little simple ditty on my kalimba.
Okay.
And then for the next hour, you can understand any spoken language Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target. So you can understand them and they can understand you.
Are we getting...
Sorry, you can continue that. I just wanted Roar to be in on it.
Yeah. Well, I continue. I say I must say
From last session.
You haven't taken a long rest.
Yeah.
I was whispering to Erin.
Yeah, you can't hear it if she does this.
Have we taken a short rest? Because I actually get stuff back when I do that.
Not yet.
Really?
We just got on the boat after we destroyed the...
I was whispering to Erin. That was so rude of you to eavesdrop.
After you...
Just to clarify.
Are you here for nautical naughtiness?
We're bound to the ship. It's very, very tedious. We'd like our freedom. The freedom to do what we want, to pursue the things that we want. Instead, we're stuck down here in this boring hold. We don't get to see the world around us. We are simply asked where to go, and we give directions. It's like being an accountant.
That's Roar badless.
I'm glad you sympathize. You know, there's probably an arrangement we could make.
What kind of arrangement?
You do something for us, we do something for you.
I'm only hearing half this conversation, and I don't like any
So
of it.
you're asking me to do something strange for a little piece of change to your environment.
I'd be happy to put it that way, yes.
I'm
not familiar
here
with your idioms, but I am familiar with that tone.
I'm here for a... Why are you looking at me like that? I really don't appreciate it.
Because we specifically told you all demons are evil, and the first thing you came here to do was make a deal with one.
Actually, you're not the only top in this situation, so maybe you don't know what I've got going on.
I can hear what you're saying. I can't hear the responses, but I understand.
So you're hearing only one half of a conversation and you're making assumptions. And you know what happens when you make assumptions? You make an angle side out of you and me.
Okay, well, you said, what kind of deal? And then they said something back, and then you said, Ed, I think we can make that work. So I'm sorry if I inferred that you're making a deal out of those two disparate sentences.
Who in their right mind would make a deal with a demon?
I don't know. See, you're winking, and that means you're lying.
Wait, literally, you've done that.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's done it except for me.
And it went bad.
Right.
And I'm trying to tell you.
Maybe you need to share your personal story to help her relate to the situation.
It's okay.
I'm growing as a character.
I am totally trusting everything you say.
I don't think you know what sarcasm is. But neither do I.
Do you guys need me to tell you?
No, I was being sarcastic.
As you were saying,
maybe you need to tell me.
I've only got a short amount of time to do this, and I am down. Stop looking at me like I'm saying something wrong when I'm just having a nice conversation about the weather.
Roar, I think the idea here is that if you want us to trust you, you need to trust us a little bit too. We came down here to help you and to be by you while you're insisting on doing this thing, so give us a little credit, okay?
I think that's very fair.
Just wait till the rest of them are asleep. They gotta sleep sometime, right?
That's true. I am quite sleepy.
I mean,
What are they talking about? That Badger's just talking about how tired he is.
I just, you know, I'm not your master. We're not your masters. You know, you're a free person allowed to do what you want.
Tiger.
Okay, and I'm just saying that I feel like going down a path where we free these evil beings who are maybe the only thing that's going to help us set the world right will be bad for us.
Okay, maybe you're right, and we should all just go get some rest.
I don't need to roll an insight check to know what that wink means.
Right.
But you couldn't do it anyways.
I feel like,
So a 20?
we've been through quite a few battles when the Ironwood was, still a thing. And
I mean, it's still there, just the namesake, not so much.
it's always there. Because it's in here.
Yeah, and nowhere else.
The Ironwood were the trees we were friends with along the path to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested in this story.
Oh, that hurts my heart. We were brothers in arms. We fought for the forest, and I feel like that our words at some point could carry a little bit of weight, in that we
Your words do, Alton's done.
Oh, well, that makes a lot
I
of sense.
don't mean to be this guy, but what would Derwith think about what you're doing?
Don't you say his name.
I mean,
That was way harsh, Alton. Way harsh.
You do kind of hate him for seemingly no reason.
Excuse me for having a lot of feelings that I've been working through of late. And I'm sorry that he just comes off as moderately to severely pretentious. And that,
Oh, he's very pretentious.
yeah, it's not. I'm not coming off. I am quite pretentious.
But he's,
It's not an act.
that's
He's
good.
a super pain in the ass, but he does stab a lot of things, and he never gets hit, so we keep him around.
His pretentiousness is a defense mechanism for all of his emotions that he's dealing with. You're both just dealing with it in different ways.
For me, it's alcohol and meaningless sex.
Oh, that sounds terrific.
You stay out
What
of
does
it.
that sound like this?
Who needs the alcohol?
I do.
Well, me, obviously.
all right, ladies. I have to go because apparently I'm making bad life choices.
When did we get a teen daughter? Like, when did that happen?
We'll talk later. You'll be seeing plenty of us.
What? You guys are like so hard on me. Like all I'm trying to do is just have a little bit of a life on this ship, and you guys are wrecking it. I am shipwrecked in my emotions.
Thematically, that plays great.
All right, so you wrap up your discussion with the strange three sisters who are kept in the cargo hold and enter the area where the quarters are.
That's
There-
a poor design.
That are
for a
right
ship.
next to
We
them.
have to walk through them every day.
No, you know what? It doesn't seem like it was intentionally designed that way, but there you go. So there are a variety of chambers here, but only two of them are, like, one of them is an actual small cabin at the very bow. This isn't its own separate room. It's obviously just outside. And then these are essentially brig cells, right? And but you know the keys are in the lock right now and whatnot, so you can claim whatever quarters you so desire. And if you want to take a short rest, you can definitely do that.
There are enough beds for everybody.
Yes.
I'd prefer the floor. I normally sleep on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any rocks? Can I get some rocks to sleep on?
There aren't any rocks in this section of the ship.
But there are crates.
And these are all unoccupied.
Yeah, this is all unoccupied. It looks like Hoog and Marcus must sleep back here somewhere.
I mean, I'd be down for a short rest.
Yeah.
I can get
Yeah,
my
I'd be down to sleep.
Bardic
Sleeping
and-
sounds great.
inspiration back.
All right, so you divvy up the bunks however you decide to do that, and for the next hour, everything is relatively peaceful and uneventful. But at the end of that hour, there's kind of like a knock on the door.
And a Wilhelm scream.
Oh my god.
No.
Someone's been murdered.
It's either that or the goofy like scream.
Oh my god.
It's always got to be murder.
And Marcus shows up and is like, so are we we're just supposed to keep going kind of in this vague direction that you pointed? What's...
I don't know. I guess one of us could navigate. We're all kind of... I mean, I'm gonna... Strum, you wouldn't mind. I know it's not your thing, but maybe take over this first round of navigation.
Strum
Why would
has
you
her-
say out loud, I know it's not your thing? Why were
Because
you...
I'm not great at subterfuge. Or am I?
Nope.
No, I'm not great.
Very bad.
Well played, sir.
Very bad. Didn't one of them see the rod last session? Didn't
Well, I think Marcus...
I
I'm sure
think he
Marcus
saw
saw
it.
it because, like, you pointed it at
when
the...
it attached to the other one?
Yeah.
Didn't you see that?
I think so.
So I don't know if we really have anything to hide. Maybe he
I think
doesn't
you
know.
tried to hide it from him and it didn't roll well, if I recall.
I did successfully hide it from him the first time, but when the
Yeah.
rod attached.
Yeah, and
did not.
then you fired lightning out of it.
Right. So that was not very low key.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strum knows where we're going, or at least Strum has the ability to point us in the right direction.
All right.
He drew a demon, and the demon says, "Want some demon sex?"
I mean, yes.
Naturally.
Obviously.
No.
Sure, it's crazy.
Shit's wild.
She's great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, should we keep up pretenses? I don't know if we need to.
I think we can. Well, I mean, I think.
Marcus, we're gonna level with you. They'll tell you.
Strum has an artifact that is pointing us where we need to go.
All right.
It's my heart. My heart knows the way.
All right.
Near, far, wherever it is, I'll be there
To shoot lightning.
to shoot lightning
Well.
and change time.
You don't seem too surprised, Marcus.
No, I saw her use an artifact when we were down in the King's Treasury.
You got a sharp mind, Marcus. You know what's going on. You got the cut of the jib.
You got two eyes.
I mean, an artifact is one of the few stable things in the Primordium, right?
I can imagine, yeah. If-
Yeah. How'd that deck come? You get that deck?
Yeah, how's that big deck? I mean, little deck.
Yeah.
It's a little deck.
It was a little deck.
You didn't get it wet. You didn't get a wet deck?
A small wet deck?
Well, of course it was. There was that huge burst in the water main while we were getting the deck.
That's a super wet deck.
Yeah.
It's probably like all soggy and floppy deck.
Yeah.
Yes, did the cards get ruined? We're saying cards now because there's not a euphemism for that.
Now I'm trying to think if there is.
Challenge accepted.
Is it vagina?
Demon vagina.
There it is.
Look,
Vagimen. Vagimen.
the fact that you're artifact hunters does not surprise me. That's the only way that anybody's going to survive in the Primordium.
Fair enough.
Anyone who's smart and has ambition is on the hunt for an artifact.
Well, I'm one of those. Or am I? Wait, no.
You're an artifact?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think you're special.
We are all centuries old, maybe.
Possibly.
And ever young.
Forever young.
Well, maybe we can use whatever your heart or whatever, maybe that rod that you were carrying around.
No, it's definitely not the rod. It's definitely my heart.
Okay, great. Maybe we could use that to kind of navigate a course to wherever this next piece of...
That's a great idea.
Honestly, because the other suggestion we had was release the witches and
They're not witches.
and kill everything. Well, they're some sort of hags or demons or something along those lines.
Well, you're really making a lot of generalizations here.
That's true. I am. I have no idea who or what they are.
Oh, they're demons.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pure evil incarnate.
Ah, yes.
It's like this song I once heard. It's a demon.
It's a demon.
It's
a demon. It's a demon.
Yeah, that one that was a hit all through Reliquaire. The they could not play that song enough. Well,
I hope she was getting royalties.
Let's see if we can plot a course then, shall we?
Let's do it.
For the virgin.
And so he takes you into the back, into his quarters here, right? And you all kind of circle up around.
Listen, I know it's been your dream to be in captain's quarters, but you need to not freak out right now.
And
They're so small.
you sit around this huge crystal globe.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. And he kind of like puts his hands on either side of it, and he says, Diasma, show me the state of the primordium. And all of a sudden you see kind of like little flares of color and light well up inside this giant crystal globe.
Wow.
And then he takes the globe kind of in either hand, right, with open palms, and somehow like through a series of deft moves, like snap, 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 folds it, and then smashes it down on top of the table. I want a Diet Coke too.
What is this fancy little
I want you to
shenanigan
break
you
my
got?
femur.
Fancy
You're
shenanigans.
so cool with all your stuff and things.
Thank you.
There's a Diet Coke.
Even the paper it's printed on is cool.
Here's your broken.
Wait, where's my femur? Is it
These
here?
these are the femurs.
And these are my shins? Or what is this bone
There's
called?
2 bones in that, isn't there? In the leg? In the bottom part of the leg?
Okay, I'm just going to set
Or
this
is
here
it
for
just
you,
the
bud.
Thank you.
Humorous is in the arm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you funny bone.
I know you got
It's
2
not
bones.
humorous at all to hit it.
Oh, Tom, look at you.
Wow, look at this.
Are you kidding me? This is great.
Are
this
you
is gorgeous.
kidding me?
Look at this nice paper.
That's not
It
the
is.
whole-
And there's a giant snake.
Oh, I want to go to Snake Town.
All
dinner?
right.
Oh, and there's Kansas. And there's California.
Yeah.
And
Chicago.
Yep, that's freaking Illinois right there.
he says, Kelamine, show us where we are. And all of a sudden, a compass pops up over here.
In Kansas.
It's not Chicago, it's Rockford.
A witch on a bicycle flies by the window.
So, this is the current state of the primordium. At the core, of course, is the god's furnace, the ever-burning, ever-malleable chaos energy, which devours the multiverse bit by bit by bit. Out here on the edge, well, we call this the stasis boundary. Beyond this line, time ceases to exist. Time doesn't flow forward, time doesn't flow backward. Anything that crosses over this boundary is instantly frozen in time. You're not frozen like cold or frozen like you're paralyzed. You literally, like, time does not pass for you. You don't breathe, your heart doesn't beat. You are unable to act. Who knows what lies out there, because light doesn't travel. There's no way to reach out there, theoretically. So who knows if there's anything out beyond the boundaries of the stasis perimeter. But inside the primordium is the remains of the multiverse. So you have the fields of frozen sorrow and the lich dust nebula. Over here is the larval chorus. Ravanaxis, the Devourer, and the Greenmire. We're currently in the Ella Maelstrom. That's where Reliquaire was. Who knows?
No, I think we destroyed it.
When I hear Maelstrom, it gives me ideas.
Kind of ideas.
And throughout this entire place, time is in flux. Sometimes it flows very quickly by. Sometimes it flows very slowly by. Sometimes you'll get caught in an eddy and time will either loop or reverse itself. You may find yourself getting younger. More like than not, you may have, well, as we witnessed with Reliquaire, you may have a wave of a sudden chronesium, I don't know what you want to call it. Time just flows over you, and the next thing you know, you're hundreds of years old. And unless you're of a longer lifespan descent, like an elf or a half-elf, maybe a dwarf, but if you're a human, you can quickly find yourself dead.
Good thing I'm a tiger.
I don't feel like. You know what? Never mind.
Let her have this.
So, here we are. There are many opportunities.
Well, Strum's the lady with a plan.
Can I, lay the rod on the table and sort of try and concentrate?
I mean, we've described this thing as operating like a dowsing rod or divining rod, right? So you can, sort of use it that way.
I was thinking of what if it worked like spin the bottle.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you place it kind of on the center.
And what if I could concentrate on it from a bit of a distance or something?
And it begins to kind of spin and shift and spin and shift. And the next thing you know, it points into the Lich Dust Nebula.
Which one? Is
this one?
Lich Dust does not sound good.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it's not a great. I mean, nothing around here is great, right?
Sounds like it'd make a good fragrance, though.
Lich dust.
For the woman who wants to live forever.
Made up of the bones of the undead grinding against each other and turning into tiny shards and bits.
Sounds hot.
They say that perhaps there's something that lurks within the nebula that's feeding upon the spirits of the undead. Of course, they're not as affected by time as normal mortals are, so they are able to retain a lot of their power. But it's also an area of very high concentrations of magic, so it's not unreasonable that the next piece of your artifact would be within there.
And your magical demon friends, they're the ones who help navigate you around a lot of the dangers. Would they help basically get us where we're going without too much struggle?
They said that they were bound to him.
They're here to serve the ship. They are bound to obey me.
All right.
Allegedly.
I guess we have our course then.
Marcus, we are a careful bunch when, we try to be, but we still don't know what exactly is your lot in all of this. We obviously have paid you for passage and all of that, but we're looking for these. Well, we're on our own hunt as well. What deal did you make of which that bound these demons to the ship, and if you are willing, what is your course in the fates in this chaotic universe?
I'm also an artifact hunter.
Looking for that deck.
Got some more decks to find.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've found the deck that I was looking for.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I still haven't. I'm looking. try all the decks I can find.
I know.
Okay?
He's just every day a new deck.
Maybe
We're
you
not
should-
talking about dicks, Alton.
Oh.
We're talking about decks of cards.
Dex, dick, same thing.
Do you shuffle a deck? Wait, a dick?
You're talented.
If you cut it into 52 slices? Is that what the implication?
You fan out. Pick a card.
Pick a slice of dick meat. Any slice of dick meat. Sliver.
We're off the rails.
Sliver of dick meat.
Just don't cut the dick.
All right, so
Okay, well, I feel like Marcus answered enough.
it looks like we're off to the Lich Dust Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have our artifact. That's ours.
No, I that's fine.
I will kill you.
Whoa.
I just want to call second.
Whoa, Strum. I love it.
I just want to
Sorry,
call
I'm
first
freaking
dibs on
out.
anything else that we come across.
Anything else? We can't have any other artifacts?
I mean,
What if they're shiny, Alton?
well, he said first dibs, but there are plenty of other things.
First dibs.
And we
What if he
we
picks-
have a thing we're going after. And if it works out, then you can have all the shiny you want.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the deal with this.
Why?
Because we'll get to remake the universe how the heck
Oh,
we
we can make the whole universe shiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or make it like no shiny except for all the shiny that you have.
Well, I can share if there's enough for everybody.
Okay.
But there's a limited amount, so I can mine.
That's
There's
fair.
a what?
He heard me.
I didn't actually hear.
Roll to see if you heard it.
Okay. 3. I didn't hear.
Good bitch.
All right. We will. All right. And he has you point to a specific spot on the map where it seems like the rod has honed in on.
My heart feels like it's here.
And then he, stabs a finger into the map, and he says, "Calamine, set a course." And all of a sudden, you feel the ship kind of like lurch, like several degrees off to a different side, and begin almost like a descent, kind of like feeling as the stern goes way up and the bow begins to descend.
Thinking about that.
And
Planes. Fuck planes.
Just think of Thor 2.
he says,
I feel at peace.
"Well, assuming all the crystals hold up and we don't run into any other trouble, I'll probably be there in
Oh,
about
great. Now you jinxed us.
probably be there in about 10 hours."
Why don't you just say it sounds quiet out there?
You said it, Alton.
Oh, Jesus. It's his fault.
Weird.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. It is pretty quiet out there.
Set an open course for the chaos sea.
All right. He's like, I just got to caution you, the Lich Dust Nebula, there's a lot of roaming spirits there. You want to, I don't know, if you have any gods that you pray to, well, they're all dead, but...
Wow.
You're just a beacon of hope.
Beware. And this isn't the, there's, like I said, no place in the Primordium is safe. But
I get it. Stop rubbing it in. I should have taken undead as my favorite enemy.
all right.
Don't worry, I did.
I just want to point out that the tag on my tee says, "There is pleasure in the pathless woods." That's like what we're fucking doing right now. Isn't that crazy?
It's a euphemism.
All right.
Not like shaving your genitals? Is that what? What is the euphemism?
That was the euphemism.
Oh, okay. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
All right. So you got 10 hours kind
You're
of
not sorry.
on your own recognizance to do as you please. That's certainly time to take a long rest if you are
Oh, I jerk it. for
inclined to
sure.
do that. If there's anything besides taking a long rest that you'd like to do.
As a half elf,
Let me
I
know.
only think I need 6 hours. So I'm going to spend 4 hours of that with Hoog.
Just kicking it.
Yeah.
All right.
We're back up to full, huh?
Yeah, no Netflix, just chill.
Ooh, wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right. Yeah. So you are back in the ship, kind of resting and relaxing, taking your long rest, getting all of your various abilities back and your hit points back as well.
Good thing we took that short rest.
So, it is probably, let's see, how far into this is it? It's about 5 hours before you're on the edge of the Lich Dust Nebula, but at that point you can very clearly tell that you have crossed into this enormous cloud of almost glittering bone dust. You know, the shards have kind of like such a yellowed hue, but they're also infused with magic, and so they seem to glitter and glow sort of their own accord. And if you didn't know about what an ominous name it had and what potential dangers lurked within, it would almost be a very comforting kind of embrace. But once you cross into the cloud, you actually, see it approaching, and you're like, wow, this looks very cool. You can feel it wash over you, and it is immensely cold. It is very chilly. And you see both Marcus and Hoog put on very thick, like furs and almost like heavy mountaineering kind of clothing. You're not geared for that in particular. And they don't really have extra clothing per se that would fit you. You definitely manage to huddle under a bunch of extra blankets and things that they have. They do break into some of the other supply stores and find something adequate for you guys down in your cabins to stay warm with. But you don't have the outfits to really accommodate this type of literally bone chilling weather.
We'll just have to use each other's body heat for warmth.
Yeah, I think this is probably...
I mean, I have a lot of fur if you guys want to come close.
Please. I like to snuggle.
Cuddle,
Sure.
cuddle.
So you guys snuggle up.
I put my wings over everybody.
Yeah, and manage to form your own little kind of nest of
I bet my wings are at least as long as I am. They're probably longer.
Aren't you in the arms of another at this point?
the other thing I feel like
Cuddle.
I don't know. You tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like Alton is the guy who has one leg out of the blanket.
Just
like
I am also that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, in real life.
I am that guy in real life.
It's like an air conditioner, to your foot.
Yeah, because otherwise you get too hot.
Yeah.
It's feet and head are the biggest temperature leaks.
Right.
That's why you always have clean socks in the army.
So
I would get kicked out of the army. Socks are always dirty.
as you're
Get out.
as you're resting and recuperating and snoring away here, the ship pushes ever deeper into the Lich Dust Nebula, and at some point you hear something.
Or do you smell something?
Well, actually, no, you don't smell anything. You just hear roar.
Oh, it's the fucking demons.
No.
Roar.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
It, it's I. Your old friend.
Oh.
Derwith.
This is straight up that scene in the second Pirates.
How?
Yeah, where Elizabeth sees her dad.
I
Oh, I don't remember that.
can't explain
They're like,
how
"We
my
see
soul
the
got
dad,"
trapped
she sees her
here.
dad.
But my spirit saw your spirit traveling through this area. I expended great will in order to manifest myself in your presence.
I feel like this is a trip.
I assure you, my child, it is not a trick. I don't know what I could do to prove to you that it's not. Except to say that I'm relying on you. It may seem like the world is crumbling around you, that
It literally is.
it is descending into an inevitable cauldron of chaos. But that is not our way. That is not the way of the Druid. That is not the way of our awakened peoples. There is an opportunity ahead of you to forge the world anew. But you must find the first seed. Find the first seed and take it to the green mire and plant this world anew.
But
Wait.
will it bring you back?
You're not there.
I can't.
I
What
have,
are you talking about?
I have
Hey, Derwith, it's me, Badger.
I.
We're having a moment, Badger.
It's not that. He asked questions at the very beginning of the session about like something that we found, and so no.
Did you find the seed?
Well, that was one of the things that I discussed, but I was like, oh,
Oh, that's you mean it before we started the new season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember you saying that.
It will not bring me back in body, but it will fulfill the purpose of my spirit. The only reason that I am still who I am is to see this world through to its very end, whether that end comes in the burning fires of chaos or that end comes with a spark of a new beginning, a new dawn, another sunrise.
If I plant the seed, will it make me miss you less?
Badger's crying in his sleep, doesn't know why. His tears are falling on Strum and just wicking off of her.
It will bring the forest back. It will bring the birds back. And in that sense, I will be with you once again. For you will once again have a purpose among the paths, among the flowers, among the ponds, among the great green woods.
Is this your way of telling me to stop being a dick to my friends?
I was hoping to put it more gently than that. I like to be enigmatic, but yes, stop fucking around with those demons. They will fucking murder everyone on this ship.
Touché. Can you stay a little bit longer?
Oh my god, please, Derwis goes cuddle with us.
I will stay as long as I am able.
Read us a story.
Tuck me into my fur.
And with that, you drift off as you just hear kind of like bird calls that you would maybe hear like as the sun goes down.
He's your own like personal white noise machine. So cool.
Yeah, the flapping of wings as like a flock of birds goes by, and the wind rustling among the leaves in the trees and whatnot.
It's like one of those white noise machines, but when it's like really calm and you're almost asleep, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Gotta throw that machine away.
One of those screaming monkeys. It's like,
Somewhere in the rainforest. A lightsaber?
Thunderstorm.
For a while, Lindsay was using like a white noise app to fall asleep, but it was like on a really short loop that was only like maybe like 4 minutes long, and I could always hear when it flipped over, and it was just like one of those things where it was like it would make this big like rush of rain, and then all of a sudden it get really quiet, and then you'd be like,
That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, honey, you gotta find something that's like an hour long.
Well, or get earphones.
Yeah.
Right? They make pretty small earphones.
But it's hard, and especially like even with like wireless ones. If you sleep with the wire ones, you're gonna choke yourself in your sleep anyway. But like, it's just a hassle.
When you wake
Get
up,
an implant.
there is sort of this rime of frost over the top of all of the blankets and whatnot, and you can see
Good
that
Lord.
there's actually like some bluish icicles that are hanging in the corners of the rafters of the cabin here, but bundled together, very neatly arranged, is a basket that has 5 small green apples in it.
You guys, I think we need to eat these apples, but we need to take the seeds out.
Why? Do you know where the apples came from, Roar? I didn't put them there.
A dream last night, I think. Derwith was here.
Derwith?
He was here, and he said, plant the seeds to start the world anew.
He came to you?
Why wouldn't he come to me? Would he come to you?
No, that would make sense.
Okay.
Oh my god! Did I what? I don't remember Badger and Durwood being.
Well, in between seasons, they fought together, and he died on his watch.
Yeah, and I took an oath under him.
I keep thinking
as a ranger.
I keep thinking he's the druid that died. Like we never met.
That was Varden.
Varden. Okay.
Yeah, he was dead before we started our journey.
I was like, how is he?
That's why Badger's the only person I'm not a dick to.
Is because he was close with Derwith, or because he died on his watch?
Because he straight murdered him.
What? What?
Don't make it worse. Remember that salt in the wound situation we addressed earlier?
This is out of character, okay?
Okay.
Strum has been just
okay.
We need to
help.
plant the seeds.
That's true.
Do I, from what we talked, I know that we never really talked specifically. Do I have that? See, is that something that, or should I not worry about that and we can talk about that later?
Or is this the way of integrating that idea?
Yeah.
Or did you forget about that idea?
There's also that. As a fellow DM, definitely that one.
During the Pugmire game, there was only 3 episodes long and 2 episodes in a row. I forgot 10 minutes into the first episode, I had told Kelly she found a bunch of parts, and I was like, next session I'll let you know what they turn into, because I just made it up. And then she was like, so what is it? And I was like, who knows? Next session. Oh, okay, I don't know.
Ooh, you know what?
Still a miss. Why don't you roll for it really quick? Oh, wow, you still don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Next episode. What? Oh, we'll see if the show comes back.
I was hoping you'd
give
forgotten.
me a knowledge nature kind of check.
Ooh, a 4 plus
Plus
4.
4 is 8.
Ah, yeah. I'm a smarty.
You don't think that what you have is what she would describe as the world seed or whatever.
The world seed. Okay.
First seed. No. You would. What you have is, you're guessing. You don't have a very good idea of what this thing might be, but you're guessing it's probably bigger than what you found, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you? It's been suggested that you cut the apples apart and eat them, but save the seeds. Is that what you all decide to proceed to do, or is there some other plan of action here?
I would like to. No, there's no need. I would implicitly trust you and the word of Derwith if you say that. So I would do the apples without necessarily any sort of magical inspection or anything like that.
Okay.
I would go ahead and do that.
I cut them in half with my
Razor sharp talons.
Yes, and then I pluck all the seeds out and hand them. Put those in a little something or other that is holding things worthy.
Okay.
And then parcel out each piece of the apple to my friends.
Okay. Well, there's 5 apples, right? It's not one big apple. There's
Yeah, but to make it easier on them, I cut them all into pieces.
very good.
I don't know what to do.
Nothing. It's not for you.
Somebody knocked over Harold's water bowl.
There's not even a dog here. Why is this bowl of water?
Havana Mahoney, is everyone is drinking or eating these apples? I assume you're cooperating. Yes.
We're not asking anybody about the apples before we eat them.
I
What
was
if
going.
they left them by our bedside to be like, oh, in case
There
we
is
eat
a
these
large
poison
chance.
apples.
There's a large chance that these are the 3 sisters attempting to poison us in some way. But I trust I trust Roar and like Derwith enough that like I would just do it without any real a thought to the contrary.
Fun fact, I'm allergic to apples, so this could be poison.
You are.
Well, you are, but is Roar?
Probably, because cats probably shouldn't be eating apples.
Right.
Well, but if that's the case, I'm allergic to cats.
A large cat.
All right. Well, so with some skepticism on this side of the table, the 2 of you eat the apples, and as you,
I didn't say it. No one. You'd never at one point asked me what Alton's doing.
what does Alton do?
Well, Alton.
Alton's jerking it.
Alton
Apples?
comes back into the room.
herd.
Yeah.
Horde or herd.
Alton tiptoes down the hall.
Yeah.
Hogue?
Hogue. Yeah, there we go.
He's in the Hogue
It's
Scout.
Hoog.
It's who?
Why isn't his name Hoagie? I would love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
If Alton is told that these are magical apples and that we're supposed to eat them, he'll be magnanimous, pull the knife from his boot and do like that thing where he cuts a piece off and eats a piece.
That's a great word.
Okay. All right. So as you devour this, first of all, they're incredibly juicy, right? They're really just mouth-watering as you chomp down these things, and
They're from a mystical realm. Of course they're suspicious.
That's a very good point.
as you then kind of chew and finish them, they fill your body with this warmth, almost as if you were drinking like a very potent wine or something like that, right? And you can feel kind of like the syrupy warmth ooze down through your core and then eventually kind of spread out into your limbs. And you seem to actually sort of shake off the effects of the cold around you. And it seems to protect you from the rather potent freezing conditions that the ship is currently enveloped in.
Does anyone else have any doubts they'd like to raise about my magical fruit from my dead mentor?
Well, I'm pretty sure he told you to be nicer to us. So.
That part of the dream is hazy. At best.
All right. So thanks to chat, I get 6 more chaos dice, which
Why?
I will be deploying very shortly.
I won't post any more photos, any more drawings if we don't get some chaos points out.
Like over there.
That's cool for me. And
Like those Ernest movies. Ernest goes to saving throw show.
Let's do the sex.
those sisters are trouble.
You like the wonky-eyed one?
Yeah, so
That's why they're still on this ship.
Yeah.
They got to seduce their weapons. That's how they got to keep them.
That one on the right looks just like me.
Do you two say, let's do the sex?
Yes.
I mean, at this point, yeah. At this point, yeah. It's been a while.
as you go back above decks to go see what Marcus and company are up to, you do hear just this chorus of "Good morning,
Morning!
how did everyone sleep?
Oh, just wonderful.
well."
We love those apples you left us.
No, don't say that.
You're welcome.
Oh, damn.
Insight.
Okay.
Pretty.
I'm so hurt right now.
22. Ooh, that's gonna be close.
But when do you roll? He rolled a 17.
He rolls a 17.
Beetaloof.
Okay, I'll post.
Bloop, bloop.
You got a 22, huh? All right. You feel like maybe they're telling the truth.
Oh dear God.
It couldn't have been them. They can't leave the circle.
Right, but they're powerful. Maybe
They
their
can't.
powers
They're stuck in the circle.
Okay.
But we're powerful. Listen to your friend. She's right.
I think that they're playing mind games with you, and you should ignore it.
Oh,
Well, if you'd like
is
to
that your
play-
suggestion? Because when we were suggesting that before,
That's okay.
I just want you to know that I had like a moment of realization or roaralization, if you will, and it made me like I myself realized that I should probably be nicer to my friends because
Without the help of anyone else.
without the help of anyone but myself and my amazing compassion and selflessness.
Is this what it's like when I talk? Is that what it's like?
it's worse when you talk.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I like it.
I'm not going to change that.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Like, that's the difference between you and I is like, I am capable of.
How do you like me if that's what I'm like?
I hope we have a great day.
At this point, Marcus Coyle walks in. He's like, "Hey, I don't mean to interrupt. I don't know what. Hey, good morning. Hi.
Morning.
I think we're here.
You better be.
All right, let's go.
You're gonna want to see this."
Okay.
Badger.
And you head up above decks. And he's kind of just standing there, and directly in front of the ship, you see an enormous, what looks like gold cube. Actually, it's more of a rectangle, right? But it is 120 feet across, 120 feet tall, and it looks like it's probably 360 feet long. It's this long rectangular gold box. It is covered in runes and sigils. And you can tell that, so the lich dust is very like thick and clingy here, right? And
Me too, though.
he's like, I don't know how long we can stay in this thing, because at some point it's literally going to start sucking that energy out of our bodies. But you notice that there's probably like 3 feet around this thing where the lich dust isn't touching it at all, right? You can see clouds of this stuff kind of like slowly drift past this enormous gold box, whatever it is. But it flows around it. So it's very clearly protected by some sort of barrier or field. Everybody can give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Probably good.
I'm gonna use my advantage on this.
Oh!
Well, poppycock.
Thanks to chat, everyone gets 3 more chaos dice to use
Ooh, thank you,
against
Jack.
me.
Yeah.
Well, fuck a do.
Because I said I wasn't gonna post
Take
my
on a crack.
drawings until we got
That's still
more.
a 10.
Huh? So you got a 10.
Oh, wait,
15.
are those yours?
15.
Yes, those are yours.
Sweet.
I just want to throw them all down.
Wait, is this mine as well? What's the, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
this
that's
hero's
Hero's
favorite.
favorite.
Okay.
Woo! All right. So 15 is the high so
Thank you.
far. Anyone else?
Was I supposed to get 4?
No, you should only have 3 more.
Oh.
Did I give you 4 by accident?
No.
Arcana?
You didn't.
15. And for me too.
7.
Tell him.
That's 3.
Oh
You got a
my
what?
God.
A 17?
No, 15
This
as well.
table needs
15?
to go to
7.
counseling.
7. Okay. All right. So
Trust issues.
Alton and Badger, as you're looking over this thing, you realize, like, okay, it's covered in a variety of runes. Several of these runes you recognize as being attached to the force aspect of magic,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the thing that both of you recognize is that there's an enormous sigil on the end of this thing, and it is the sigil of Leomund, who is one of the famous mages from throughout history.
I remember Liam.
Mm-hmm.
We were great friends.
Yeah?
No, not really. It's just...
I was about to say, that sounded sketchy at best.
So,
I'm also friends with Christina Aguilera.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle works at Nintendo.
2 truths and a lie!
all right. So, what do you do?
Well,
And you've described it as a box. Is it just like box shape, or is it actually like a box with like a lid and everything like you would expect? Or is it just like covered in?
It's a rectangular prism.
Okay, it's more. I mean, at this point, it looks like a rectangular prism,
Okay.
but there are like
There's no like latch or anything.
there are inlays and joints and things like that where surfaces meet. You don't see a doorway per se or a
Okay.
lid. I mean, and if there were a lid on the top, it would have to be enormous, right? Because
Yeah.
it's 360 feet long, 120 feet wide. So,
Strum, you mind? I mean, not that I don't trust Marcus, but double checking his math.
oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
can take out the rod to just make sure we're in the
Okay.
right place. I mean,
Yeah, it points-
seems like the right place.
it
Yeah.
points straight at this. It
I was
points
just-
straight at this.
Like,
thing.
what if it? I'm just curious.
Even if this wasn't where we were supposed to go, like we should figure it
Yeah,
out.
I'm just like, but if the rod was like just over there, you know?
behind us.
Yeah, just floating over there.
It's on the back side of it.
Yeah.
And we're outside and we can like breathe okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause like, right, if you breathe bone dust in real life, you die.
Mm-hmm.
Only over long periods of exposure.
Right.
Are you sure?
It looks like so.
It
Here's
must protect you.
here's the way that this really kind of works, though. Right? Is that there's that beam of force that's coming off the front of the ship. In fact, we can put this away. I think probably.
But it's so cool.
I know it's cool. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. I spent literally all day on it.
It
so.
looks great. Good job, Tom.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you. Mostly because of your paper choice.
The paper is crucial.
Looks like the thing my grandma used to do all her art on, and I love it.
It's like, is it like cold pressed watercolor? What is it?
Yeah, it's like cold pressed paper. Like I just went to an art supply shop and I was like, what? And it was like,
What looks
it's like $2. So, if we consider ourselves, so there's this beam that comes out the front, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell from looking out the front of the ship that the beam also seems to repel the bone dust around it, right? And so you actually sort of like the ship now doesn't have any water underneath it. You're just inside this giant cloud, this giant golden cloud. And so it sort of like lances this tunnel through the cloud that you go through, and eventually like you can tell behind you the thing like collapses and closes up as like the currents of the bone dust kind of shift back and forth. But that's what's keeping a lot of it from just smothering you, right? Is like this lance of energy that's coming off the prow of the ship bores this almost like repellent kind of like has this repellent
and that
effect.
goes straight onto the rectangle, or is that like open air there?
Well, you're not, it only goes out, like I said, about 60 feet, and you're not within 60 feet of this thing yet.
Oh, we're still moving. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
you're
heading
approaching
there.
it. You're
I got
approaching,
you.
like, you see it, like, it's,
I thought we were having to like get over there.
yeah, you see it and you're approaching it. Marcus is like, do you know what this is?
No.
It's the
What do
spot.
What do I know about? Can I roll history for this mage?
Sure.
17.
17. You know that he's most famous for conjuring extra dimensional spaces, right?
Yeah.
You got 17?
Yep.
Yeah, so you would know that,
You?
like, there's kind of three things that he's famous for inventing, and these are sort of iconic spells, right? One is a small hut that you can stay inside, and basically it's like a magical hut. Another one is a classic spell called Rope Trick, where you throw a rope in the air and go inside a little hut up there. Apparently, like I said, extra-dimensional spaces were his things. But the other thing that he's most famous for is a thing called Liamon's Secret Chest. And that was a spell that wizards would use. They would prepare the special chest and then use the spell to shunt it into some sort of extra-dimensional space where it was just gone. And then when they needed something from it, they could, snap their fingers, summon it, take stuff out, and send it back to the extra-dimensional space so that it was never anywhere, at all.
Well, I'd convey that information. I mean, maybe that's what this is. Maybe when it went nowhere, this is the nowhere. I don't know magic.
Oh, so you think it's like a gigantic treasure chest?
It could be.
Well,
You say that, and then Marcus is like, okay, all right, all right.
Big boner.
All right, okay, all right.
So I guess we should land on it.
Yeah, so you in, Marcus?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Okay. Let's
What
get out the
about-
crowbar and start a prying.
I think it would probably require some other means other than simply.
Right, it's like,
Okay, well, that was my plan. You guys figure it out. And I put my feet up.
You're like, well, fuck me. I don't care.
Because it's like
Well, that was my contribution.
it's as big as a building, right?
Yeah.
It's like a building.
Yeah.
A big gold shoebox building.
As if a skyscraper were like set on
Right.
its side.
That looks great. And when I first looked at it, I was like, why did you draw that cheese grater?
Liamon's secret kitchen.
That was
Liam-
Badger's jam.
Liamon's test kitchen.
Can we just talk about your amazing penmanship for 2.5 seconds? It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Everything you do is good.
Yeah, like everything is done with flourish and style, and it's
Telling you,
fantastic.
you've got a career in animation.
I just don't know why you won't pursue it.
I still get that though. You should do this professionally. What do you think I do with my time?
Doodles. You and your doodles.
All right, so you approach this thing. How do you intend to approach or test this thing out?
That's not our
On the
job.
boat, mainly.
Well, I mean, we could probably get closer. I don't know how well he can maneuver this in this space, but he clearly has rowboats, and I don't know if they can also provide us protection,
Can we all be shot out of cannons?
like Sea of Thieves style.
Are there any pieces of the apple left?
They're not. You ate all of that.
But you have the seeds, right?
I can't throw the seeds though.
Yeah, well, we don't need that right now.
Strum can offer to fly down and test the integrity of the roof.
Yeah, does the kind of, kind of Star Trek bubble that it creates for us to be fine in, extend out enough for her to fly over there?
It extends. He said 60 feet. So
Oh, okay.
we'd
So
have to get
I didn't
closer.
hear an exact.
Well, but stuff like that, it can be keeping out the dust and not hard materials.
Yeah, but we could definitely get closer first. And then...
Let's do it.
All right. So as you get closer, here's what you notice is that the beam of energy that is clearing the path ahead of you and sort of pulling the ship along, right? Eventually you kind of get within 60 feet and it hits the side of the enormous structure here, right? And you can see just flares of clearly arcane energy radiating off. And there's this terrible, almost it's a cross between a grinding noise and a crackling sound, right? As the beam of light hits against some sort of invisible barrier that's about 3 feet off of the surface of the structure, right? And Instantly, you know, Marcus kind of like backs up a little bit. You can make Arcana checks if you'd like to learn more about this particular effect.
So that's 21.
Okay.
21.
2.
All right.
Ain't got no Arcana.
So you recognize this as very, very clearly like two projections of force magic, like intersecting, like hitting each other, right? So there's clearly like this thing is encased in some sort of like wall of force or barrier of force, and then the beam that's coming out of the front of the ship is itself must have force magic as a component of it, right? And the two of them are you know, because they're force magic pushing on each other,
Like magnets.
yeah, but it's just kind of like neither one is winning at
Harry and Voldemort.
at this point.
Got it.
Just you know, like I said, almost like grinding two pieces of stone on each other, but there's also like a crackling noise going on. But then when he backs up, you know, obviously the beam doesn't quite reach or touch anymore. He kind of backs off.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this ship in there.
Marcus, your sort of your pontoons or your rowboats, do they offer the same sort of protection as your ship?
It's a good question. They do, but the you know there's a very limited supply of crystals that power those things. I've got a much bigger store here on board the ship that powers the main engine. These are more limited use and duration.
But we could like maybe sat alongside this thing and take a quick hop over there.
I mean, we could jump. I could help us float down safely. I just don't know how we get back up.
Okay.
You know, if you want us to you know throw a tether on one of those things, we can certainly do that.
A rope?
Yeah.
Like a really strong rope.
Yeah, like a mooring rope. I'm sure they have plenty of that.
It's a ship.
Yeah.
And Hoogie's like, why wouldn't we have a rope on a ship?
Why would we have rope on a ship?
Why wouldn't we have rope
Oh,
on
why wouldn't we? Okay,
No.
okay, I understand there.
I speak Orcish and I have a lot of teeth.
Solid point.
All right, so you...
I also speak Orcish.
you clamber into...
At least now you do.
You clamber into one of the,
Orc.
you know, life...
Oh,
rowboat
you
skiffs
whispered
or
that
whatever.
only to me and I hated it. How dare you.
You clamber into one of the rowboat skiffs and zip yourselves up alongside the building.
Oh, we're going with that plan. Okay.
Isn't that what you decided you were going to do?
Oh, I thought he was giving us a no-go with the rowboats. I thought he was trying to be like, can't do it. That's what I was interpreting.
No, we can do it.
I thought he was like, I've got a limited supply of crystals, so you can't.
What he's saying is the thing that propels this stuff doesn't have a long lifespan.
Oh, so he's saying you can use it, but don't go super far with it.
Right.
Okay, got you. I'm here with you today, now, caught up, understanding the situation.
I'm not a fan of water, so if we could be careful with the splashing of the oars, that'd be great.
Well, that's okay because there's no water here.
There's literally
You're
no water.
you're sailing through a cloud right now, a cloud of bone dust.
Don't
Maybe
inhale.
there's condensation.
Probably not.
I would think the bone dust would absorb all of that.
Yeah.
All right. So you weave your way over to the side of the structure, and when you get close, you can see that just there's this very dim blue sort of field of energy that seems to encase this thing on all sides. And like I said, it's about 3 feet off of the main.
It's a second force field.
No, it's the main force field.
There's so many force fields.
Thought there was a 60-foot force field.
No, there's 60 foot off of the end of this boat. And then it hit the 3 foot wall of force that's...
Oh, my God. This is very complicated.
This is complicated.
Let's get out a battle map and do some drawing.
Drawing time.
Oh! Dong dang, ding dong 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 bong. clank.
Tom originally worked in Foley art.
Yeah. I did all of the sound effects for Jurassic Park.
That tracks, actually.
I want to hear your dinosaur eating a man on a toilet.
But I had to use the bathroom.
Is that what he says?
I can't die yet. I'm doing a poo-poo.
All right. So, I'm not going to get too super 2 scale with this, but...
And you get a force field. And you get a force field.
I get a force field?
Yeah, you do.
I knew it.
I knew it. Then why'd you sound so surprised? Oh my gosh. Is it a necrotic force field?
So these are 20-foot squares.
Probably force.
Okay.
And
I don't know what to do
let's
with that.
just say that the ship is roughly like this. That's maybe not quite to scale, but I don't really care.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just scale it back a little bit.
Ooh.
I'm feeling a lot of regrets about picking up Speak with Animals.
Regrets?
Thinking back about how all the animals are dead.
I've used it once to talk to owls, and it was worthless. Those owls were fucking worthless.
Well, because we weren't meant to... Right? Didn't you say, Tom, that you were
Worth
like,
less
oh,
than
no,
what?
it was a different bird. Remember that bird we found? And you're like, oh, that was just meant to be like
No,
flavor
I mean
context.
that also happened, but then he talked to owls in a separate time, and owls are stupid.
You decided that owls were dicks, and then sure enough, that's what happened.
He rolled poorly, so owls were stupid as well.
Nature decided that. I did not decide that.
Nature's the worst. It says the
So you're in your little skiff here. And you can tell that there's, like I said, there's a force field that is encapsulating, enclosing the building. And there's also some sort of force beam that projects ahead of the Aeyristi's breath.
Okay. And it's hitting that little baby force field.
Yeah, well, when they
like
touch,
it.
there's like there's that awful grinding and sparkling and da da
Right.
da da da.
We should just reverse into the force field. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Bad idea.
I mean, do you want to try and touch this thing, or what are you suggesting?
Alton will touch it.
Okay, you put your hand up to it, and it feels almost like a plate of solid steel, right? It's a little bit cold. It's got a little bit of vibration to it, but it doesn't press, it doesn't compress or anything like that. If you want to make an Arcana check with advantage, you can do that.
Me?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know what you know about... Actually, you all can do this because you observe him doing this.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be good.
Do we get advantage as well?
15.
He gets advantage because he's actually touching it.
Oh, mine's 16, so 17.
19.
Mm-hmm. 19, wow.
15,
All right.
16,
I mean,
19.
it seems like it's probably a wall of force, right? But
Called it.
a mega size, like this thing's got to be, this is enormous. This is clearly like ritual magic of some kind, some sort of supercharged magic for sure.
I really have no idea what to do.
Well, Alton doesn't know anything about magic, but he has trained. He's spent some time training how to like counter people shoot magic at him, because that has happened quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if we just ask the force field nicely.
Sure, or we could try this, and I just try and stab it with my sunblade.
All right.
Sunblade explodes.
And my hand.
And my whole entire being. And I'm scattered across the universe.
Alton ceases to exist, and all memory of him is gone.
And that's how stars were made.
So your sunblade does radiant damage, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. So it doesn't give the same kind of like weird grindy noise, but as you slam your blade against it, there's just this huge shower of sparks. Just it's almost like it's like projecting a cone of sparks onto this thing, and then they're just like bouncing back and forth, just showering left and right as you
Like I'm
spray.
welding.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Well, that's I did what I do. I tried to stab it with my sword.
Maybe we can find an off button.
Ooh, maybe it's like one of you magic people can read these runes? Is there instructions on them? It's like,
Oh, I can't fucking read that.
speak friend and
Can I
enter.
claw it?
Yeah, claw it.
Just run up on it and claw it.
Okay. I mean, you scratch it with your claws, and you don't feel your claws like dig in at all against this thing, right? Just
I don't like break them, do I?
again, like scraping down the side of a steel plate, except it doesn't make that awful screeching noise.
Does it file them a little bit though?
It's so smooth, it's almost like you can't get purchase, Just.
So the spell that of the making the chest disappear, how would you, like? I guess I wouldn't really know like how you make it reappear or how you cause that ritual to even go, but would I have any inkling into like a key phrase or something?
I mean, I would probably know because that hut spell is a bard spell. I didn't pick it up, but I might have like learned it offhand at school.
Something about it. All right.
Everybody's just trying to scratch and stab at it. I'm gonna walk up.
Uh-oh.
Score swells. I put my hand up to it. I close my eyes, and
you touch it.
That's all you do? I was waiting for you to say something epic.
And that happens.
and I touch it.
Joven and I already touched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We know
First
we can't,
thing that happened. Quit doing calculus.
When we're on addition.
So yeah, I would. That is a bardic spell that so and so's magical hut or whatever.
Lehman's tiny hut.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's of the level I would know now. I just didn't pick it up.
Well, give me an Arcana check.
Do I get advantage since it's a bard spell?
It's not one that you took. If it was one that you had taken, I would give you
Right, but you
advantage
go to
on that.
school and you learn a lot of things, and that's not necessarily the things you walk away
You
with.
can also
I had to take. Hold on.
okay.
I'm making a point here. I don't need to use my hero's favor for this
No,
bullshit.
I can suggest inspiration.
I can juice it,
No.
right?
Hold on. I have a good point here. I fucking went to photo school and I had to take fucking 600 art classes that had nothing to do with cameras or photography.
Right.
Right. So you go to bard school and you learn a bunch of shit that isn't your focus. I took a bunch of poetry classes. I took a bunch of this class and this class.
She went to
Even though
bard
I
school.
wanted to do was play my fucking tiny guitar and my kalimba.
Yeah, she could have gone to several lectures by Liam.
You make a
Now
good
she's
point.
in great debt.
I'm willing to let you try to poetry the door open.
Coins into my gates.
Don't be a dick, Tom. You know that's not what I meant.
I'll
that what
take
you
it. Yeah.
No, he's being a dick. That's not what you want.
Can I try and juice her roll?
Are you joking? I can't tell if you're playing with me or not.
I just
Sing it
don't
over.
think advantage applies.
Hello?
Sing it.
I don't think you didn't take the spell, so you don't get advantage. That's my rule.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
If you want to roll straight up or you want to use your inspiration, that's
I
up to
don't
you.
want to. Fuck! Shit! Fuck everybody in their butt.
And you have a reroll.
I'm aware.
All right.
Sir.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
You get nothing.
The stove is in
Arcana, what is it?
Yeah, Arcana.
15.
Okay. You do get this. You know that this force field would have to come down in order for anything, any magical effect to transfer into or out of the structure, right?
Well, I feel like we knew that.
Yeah, that's how doors work.
So it confirms Eric's hypothesis that there must be some sort of like triggering sequence or phrase or something like that that would bring this thing down. You don't know
Open sesame.
immediately what it would be. It'd have to be something probably very, very complex because this is.
Well, we give up. Let's go home.
What's
We don't
Liam's
have home.
What's Liam's favorite song?
Let's perish in the endless expanse of the chaos sea.
I hope the boombox. will
Okay. Push.
What's it playing?
Liam's favorite song.
In
Which is-
your eyes.
All right. Do you have any other suggestions at this point?
Well, fuck, I don't know.
I kick it.
Okay.
That compact sequence of events it would need to be.
So you do that, and
Oh,
Knock on the door.
Marcus says, I think you're onto something. Back up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Marcus is with us?
No, he's yelling at you from the ship.
Well, how rude.
Yeah. The sigils and runes that are on it, are they like big, or are they like more like actual how big are these sigils and runes?
Well, his name is huge.
Yeah, his name is enormous, and then the runes that are on it are probably this big around. Right?
Oh, okay,
You know,
cool.
like they're a good 2.5 feet across.
And I'm guessing that they, like, her Arcana checks and things like that would have revealed anything that those runes may have.
We've made so many Arcana
I know.
checks.
It's like, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna keep checking this thing until. Just think at it till it opens.
Maybe we just shoot it?
I know. We got cannons.
Oh, yeah, we should have done the cannon thing.
Marcus is like, back up.
Oh, you got a deck to save this?
You think your small deck's gonna help us?
Marcus. So we back up. Like,
That's
what?
not the size of the boat.
Yeah.
And you hear beep, 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 beep. You hear this enormous hum that turns into a loud roar as he guns the engine sort of as hard as he can on Aeyristi's breath. And he begins, like he just sort of rams the ship up against the force field, and the beam of force coming from the front of the ship begins to like glow brighter, and the noise of the grinding and scraping and crackling gets louder and louder and louder. And then you hear like the ship's engines turn up another notch, and all of a sudden the ship kind of like slowly starts to advance. And he's like, you might want to back up more. And so you kind of pull back along,
You guys are going opposite ways.
what you deem a safe distance away.
As we go in a circle.
Well, no, Jorvin's only got one oar. Alton's got two.
I have just a separate tiny one that I'm working.
So
So many thoughts right
one
now.
one of the things that you do get to get a glimpse of once you're outside of the ship is that down below it has kind of this strange tube that's attached to the keel, right? And
To our boat?
yeah,
Is it even?
to the ship, right? To Aeyristi's breath, right? I've described this as like this two-masted ship.
I listen.
Get it?
I did get it.
Even keel.
I did get it.
And that's where
That's
the
why I frowned at you.
the beam of force is projecting from, right? There's this big circular opening, and that's where it's projecting out of. You begin to see there's some vents and whatnot along the bottom down here, and also in the sides of whatever this housing is. And you see kind of like clouds of steam and smoke begin kind of flooding out from the bottom engine compartment of the ship. And then suddenly there's kind of this like,
Oh my god!
That was abrupt.
It's okay. It's going to be okay.
You just got long.
And the ship lurches forward. There's this huge crackling noise as you see the entire force field just drop, right? And the ship has bored a hole through the front of this
That was the solution the whole time.
enormous structure, and
Couldn't figure it out.
kind of has lodged itself into the side of the structure. And
Just ram it with a thing.
and Marcus says, Hoog, you better go below decks and look at that because we're gonna need to get out of here.
Why? Is
And-
it gonna it become unstable and explode?
And Hoog is like, all right. Marcus is like, well, that force field was the only thing keeping all this necrotic bone dust out of the structure. And now that we've compromised the integrity of the thing, I assume that it's only a matter of time before it begins to succumb to the chaos.
Perfect.
Oh,
Great.
good. Thanks, Liam.
Everything we touch turns to shit.
Mostly shit.
No good.
Oh, that one you like.
All right.
Dude, it was like some cross promotion. I loved it.
Okay, so
Can you draw me next, Tom?
your character or you?
Me.
Oh, all right.
Please be a stick figure.
Do I get all afternoon to work on it?
Kyle does it in
night,
20
right?
minutes.
Oh. Kyle's a professional.
You're a professional.
I'm
You're
ju-
level 4.
I'm just a level 4 GM.
level 4.
All right.
You went to Bard College. I went to GM College.
GM College. I'd go to GM College.
I would too. It'd be fun.
It'd be harrowing.
I ran a little GM college thing at GameholeCon.
Ooh. Why was I not invited?
You're welcome to come to GameholeCon any
Let's all go to Minnesota.
No, they banned me.
Wisconsin. That's right. Not allowed.
They said, you caused a fuss, lady.
All right.
I mean, you did cause a fuss.
I did. A ruckus and a fuss, I'd say.
So
Ruckus
the good news, bad news here is that actually, why draw the ship when you have the ship?
What's the size of this shit? Oh, why don't I just lay it down?
Oh shit! It is a lot like this.
You need this out of here, or are you using
No,
it?
that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So
ship.
yeah, you have rammed a good quarter of the ship into the inside of this structure. Now, what you see inside this thing is a series, almost like a honeycomb of various vaults that just line the inside. Different shapes, different sizes. So, I'm not going to draw every single one, but...
But there she blows.
The viewers want their money worth, Tom. You better draw every single one.
Yeah.
You want to handle his lightweight and take over
Yeah.
while you were there
At
talking
$500, Tom will draw every one.
Everyone, I'll make a battle map for...
Like, even everyone in the chat?
He will write your screen names in very pretty penmanship.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Well, this looks like our spot.
Are there fronts to these vaults, like gates or anything else, or are they just like essentially these?
So they're almost like these
alcoves.
They're like alcoves, and the thing is, inside each one is a series of chests that are stacked up in here.
Ooh.
Not every single square is occupied, but I mean, there's literally thousands of these things inside.
Ark of the Covenant.
Let's find what we're after. Marcus, I guess,
Let's use the staff.
you got...
the rat.
You wanted dibs. Well, it's your lucky day.
He's like, well, I mean, I don't know what happened back there, but
Nothing good.
he says it's not just a matter of dibs. We spent a lot of fuel bridging that barrier, and the good news, bad news situation, which is the bad news is we need more gems in order to power our way out of here. The good news is we seem to have found ourselves inside a giant treasure vault.
Yeah,
So,
let's jam it.
the more expensive, rare, precious, highly structured gems you can find, the happier everyone will be.
Oh, phenomenal. Well, then let's see what the rod has to
Let's
say.
scootily do,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
neighbor.
All right. Well, why don't we put ourselves on the map here? So,
On
Hoog
the map,
is in the
on the
back
map.
doing some stuff.
Just dancing.
Are we down off the ship now?
I assume you're down off the ship, right? You
Beautiful.
probably
Horrible
reattached
dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
the paddle boat or whatever, or at least pulled it up on deck.
And there's ground on it within this thing. It's not like flooded.
Yeah. So it's strange because it's almost like there's
Flooded
a central open
Blood.
area, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed the discarded bottles at his feet of his mini.
And then it goes up 120 feet, right? So you're almost standing in this like canyon with shelves every 20 feet. So there's six stories worth of various chests and whatnot.
Well, hot diggity.
Hot diggity, indeed.
My fine feathered
Hot
friend.
diggity.
Looks like you're up.
Let's do this, Stick.
I am going to. I will agree. Yeah, let's do this, and I'm gonna pop a few mushrooms
Okay.
and detect magic.
You pass out from all of the. It's literally an extra dimensional holding cell for wizards' chests.
Just
You're like, oh god.
what's the
Wizard's chest?
is it Maxwell? What's the audio one where there's the dude in the chair like just getting
Oh yeah, Maxell.
Yeah.
I used to run an event at Gen Con, and you were trapped in the abyss, and you were trying to win your freedom. And one of the characters was a paladin, and invariably that whoever was playing that character would go, okay, well, I'm going to detect evil. And I was like, okay, roll a Constitution saving throw. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, to see how many brain cells you blow when the aneurysm hits you. You were in the abyss. You're going to detect evil? Not your smartest play. All right. Very good. So, yeah, everything lights up. I don't know what you're expecting with that result, but
I'm like, just to like kind of like see different schools of magic, just for I'm what my intention with utilizing it would be to maybe hopefully hone in more on certain things that that we might be looking for.
So we've seen you do this a lot, like use the detect magic, but I think this time is the first time it's like you do it and then White Rabbit starts playing. It's like
You poop your pants.
I think it's broken.
Who's making brownies?
What type of magic are you trying to hone in on? Is the question.
Like if I can see the aura that the maybe the rod's giving out, and trying to see similar magics within there, just so that we can maybe get to it quicker. Or also just to check chests, if certain chests are covered in abjuration or evocation, maybe that might be a little bit more wary about opening it, or what how to approach it, stuff like that. Just
Okay, so here's part of the issue, right? Part of the issue is the rod as an artifact doesn't give off magic, right? That's one of the things about artifacts is they're not detectable as magic.
That's the thing about artifacts.
So there's not an aura that you can that you can look for to do this. But I will give you a search check with advantage.
Yay!
Well, it's gems are probably more valuable if they have some sort of magical property. If you're trying to find for the shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just I'm not being I'm popping this, let me know where everything is. But it's just to kind of help us along, hopefully.
Listen, he's not Amy, okay?
So, so give me an intelligence investigation check.
Okay.
And
Ooh, I'm terrible at that.
Yeah, you are terrible at that.
A 15 plus 1 though is still 16.
16.
Yeah.
All right. So the thing that catches your eye is,
I mean, also stuff that could help us. We're in.
yeah.
Maybe it's not exactly what we're looking for, but if it's
Yeah, is
Right.
there one that just kind of matches Strumthlum's aura?
Well, so there's
Sunshine and Rainbows?
Yeah, exactly. Cookies and hugs.
Oh, that's way better. Warm cookies and hugs. Warm cookies and warm hugs. Oh my god.
what you
Cold hugs.
No, cold milk.
Warm cookies, warm hugs. Cold milk.
That's like what's the like Friday Night Lights thing?
Oh, I don't know.
clear eyes, warm heart, or something like that.
What is it? Can't quit.
Clear
can't
eyes,
stop.
full R's, can't lose.
Can't lose.
But this time it's warm cookies,
Wait, clear heads,
warm
clear-
hugs, cold milk.
Cold
Man,
milk.
I don't remember. I
If
didn't
you
really
give
watch
a
the show,
mouse a
but I'm looking
cookie,
at it.
that's something. It's gonna want a painting. Isn't that what it wants by the end of the by the end of the book?
If you teach it that it's people, it's just gonna.
It's never gonna leave you alone. Yeah,
Right.
that's what the moral of that story is.
Mice aren't people.
Oh God.
So the thing that you hone in on is over here.
Mice.
There's an extra large
Killed
size,
several.
almost like a vault size, as like a walk-in safe kind of size chest, right? That catches your attention. The thing that you hone in on is with you concentrate on the rod.
Yeah.
It is literally up in the back corner, 6 stories up. It is as far away from you as possible.
Oh, good thing I
Which-
can
How?
fly.
However, are we gonna make it? Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm like a bird, only fly away.
All right, very good. So,
I was waiting for the rest of it.
I only like to do 5-minute increments so I don't get kicked off the show for being annoying.
Yeah. After 5 seconds, we have to pay royalties.
I don't think that. No, I don't think that's true.
I'll play
Nelly
Furtado.
Frittata.
Frittata.
That was
Please don't sue us.
all right. So, what about the two of you? What are you doing so she's going up to try and retrieve the rod from wherever
I'll
it
be
is.
right back. I'm
He's-
just gonna go get the rod piece.
All right.
He's using his detect magic. What would you like to be doing during this time?
Can I roll investigation and see what I find around me?
Yeah. That's what I'm asking.
I'm just gonna look for one that looks interesting or looks like it has booze.
Okay.
Not great.
Well, it's a 7.
Okay.
That is a 9. So not great.
Okay. All right. So you spend your time kind of like trying to like jam some of these things open, and a lot of it looks like it. A lot of it looks like kind of like the stuff that you find, the two of you find, looks like they're various rare spell components.
Yeah.
But not for spells that like you
Okay.
had.
Eye of Newt.
Yeah,
I've
right.
been waiting for one of these.
Like, here's a flask of mercury, which you're like, you can take. Like, you can write down flask of mercury if
I've
you want.
already had mercury. It tastes like garbage.
Yeah. So that's
Last time I
That's
drank
that.
mercury, I was a gladiator in an arena.
so.
How'd that work out for you?
Not great.
So Kyle,
Yes.
you see that this big vault thing that's what catches your eye, right? One of the things about it is it has conjuration magic on it.
Oh, okay. Does it look like it's locked at all? Like are there like actual it's the one at the back corner. So
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go up to it, and for the conjuration magic, I'm just gonna slowly I'm just gonna touch it to see if it like disappears on me or anything like that. Do I feel like energy coming off of it, or like any sort of like tingle in the hand?
Okay,
Maybe the
so
smell of ozone.
So when you do that, the energy does dissipate because you set off the glyph of warding that's been inscribed on
there
this
it is.
thing.
Oop, there it is.
So first of all, you are flung up 20 feet in the air to
Yeah.
the roof of the.
Do I see it?
You guys just hear like in the background like bad
you
idea.
can't add a cast dice to my damage roll.
Darn it. Featherfall.
can't do
Featherfall.
D20 rolls.
Featherfall.
You're too far away. You're up in the.
Do I make
No,
a
I'm
save?
not. I'm very close.
Do I make a save against it?
Sure. dexterity save.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right. So you take 7 points of falling damage.
I'm not within 60 feet of him?
No, because I said you're at the very far back of the hall. It's 360 feet back and then 120 feet up in the corner.
I knew this was coming because we took all those rests.
Yeah. Well, and I was trying to see if I can get in front of this, but
And Tom was smiling.
I had
The
no
real-
other recourse against it.
Right.
Give me a second save against the fireball that goes
Oh
off.
my god. Double whammy?
Okay, so technically my first roll was a 10.
Uh-huh.
And then this roll is that's an 18 plus 8, so that would
All
be 26 against the fireball.
Cool. You only take half of this.
So you take 11 instead of taking 22 from the enormous gout of fire that wells up,
And now
I'm
you have
doing well, I'm
gals?
doing well.
singes the area.
That's really the worst part. That takes a lot to get rid of.
I'm singed a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
What?
A foot.
A foot of what?
You said gout takes a lot to get rid of. A foot.
But see, what? That's not a. It's not a sentence.
And also, it's a swelling of the joints.
Yeah, and gout, sometimes you have to have your foot removed.
No, I think
Right, but all you said was a foot. I just don't feel like it's a complete thought.
Other than that, it looks like it has, a physical lock on it. But, it doesn't look like it's double trapped with any runes.
Okay, cool. So the conjuration magic now gone.
Dissipated, yep.
Gone. Okay, cool.
You did it.
I
You
did.
really did it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait. Let's see. Cool. Made my con save. To keep.
Keep detect magic
going.
up? Okay.
Oh. I thought you were just throwing something else
I
on
thought
there.
you were like-
How about, what if I'm poisoned?
You're like-
Have you thought about it? Let's
Quick suggestion.
I thought he was making a death saving throw.
Disintegration.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm now going to try.
What if it's a mimic?
What if it's 6 mimics?
In a trench coat.
As you say this, the entire complex begins to
Oh, we're
close
in a
its
mimic!
Giant
its mouth around the ship and begins sucking the whole ship inside of
Wow,
itself. And then,
I love it.
Like
It's fun playing with
digestive
you guys.
juices rain down upon the
Finally.
inside of the.
That's how I always
Hang on.
wanted to die.
In real life.
Wait, did that really just happen or are you just fucking with
No,
us?
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, okay.
No, thank God.
All right. So you hear this explosion go off. You're gonna try and do what with it?
I am going to. I'm gonna see like if the explosion like loosened the lock at all or anything like that.
Jordan, are you alright?
Did he scream?
I
I bet it's very echoey in
It looks
here.
like maybe it did weaken it. Because
I-
it's not completely.
I found
disabled.
a bottle of mercury.
I will
like this, and I hear-
discharge one of my ring of the ram and just
Mercury?
like punch it with full force.
Okay. All right. Very good. Do you need to roll damage?
Do you
on
want
that?
me to roll?
No, that's fine. You know what? I just like the idea enough that I'm not going to make you roll for it. So yeah, you use your Ring of the Ram claws and just slam and explode the
nice.
padlock and whatnot.
Jordan, what is all that noise?
And,
What's that racket?
and
Keep it down up there.
the whole thing shakes
broom
back
on
and
the
forth,
ceiling.
and the door just like slowly like swings open, right? And inside, you see a 9-foot tall
Puppy.
automaton.
Oh, the opposite
robots.
of a puppy, I'd say.
With
It's still not sci-fi.
like armor.
Are you sure?
And it's got some sort of like metallic kind of bronze headpiece, and it's got a large crystal set in its chest, and it's got 2 bipedal legs and 2 big, huge, hulking metal arms.
Oh.
Is there like a space for me to get inside of it?
Why would that be intuitive to you?
Not really.
So that we can fight the queen.
Get away from her, you bitch!
What is that for? What is that from?
Aliens.
Oh, right.
I wonder where Tom
You
goes
did
in his
that
head
voice
when
today.
they go on these tangents.
I just assumed
What's
it was
your
a
happy
cartoon.
place, Tom? What is your happy place?
Far, far away from here.
Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far.
All of the Marvel movies that I watched today while I was making maps.
Aww.
So, yes,
Ant-Man's and the Wasp.
it looks exactly like this.
See, that's a compromise between sci-fi and high fantasy. He looks like a knight.
He looks like
So
the
it's
Iron
okay.
Giant.
I in that case, I
Oh, I haven't watched that in a
I
long
see it. I would I perhaps recognize what it is? Like, you know, that's
you're a
it's not
gnome.
really my forte, but like.
Roll.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Roll something? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Roll something.
16 plus 1 would be a 17.
17. You very definitely recognize this as a shield guardian, no question.
Okay, well then I start looking around and I say, oh, there she's gonna love this. Oh, where's the amulet? The amulet! And I start looking around to see if
Who's
there's
she?
you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why would I love it?
Because they're supposed to be like essentially guardians for spellcasters and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You wear the amulet and it protects you at all costs.
On my soft little body with my hollow bones.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so nice.
So I'm gonna search around for the amulet.
Okay.
Jordan's
All right.
so cute.
You're doing that. What are the rest of you doing?
Precious baby.
I threw a bottle of mercury at a wall.
It's in your eyes now. It's in your eyes.
All right. You continuing to search?
I am.
Okay. Why don't you give me another search roll if you'd like to continue searching? You're looking for kind of anything interesting, but also gems, right?
Gems for the full tank.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Wow.
that?
That's a 4.
What is up with this?
Have you thought about burning these dice?
These are not my dice, actually.
Well,
These are Doms.
that
Oh,
explains
do you
it.
want to borrow some of mine? Maybe they're cursed.
What, Doms are cursed? I'm starting
They're
to believe
studio
it.
dice.
Yeah.
But he had my back because
You
I forgot my dice.
Haven't rolled a 10 or higher yet, as far as I've seen.
15.
15.
That's
All
my
right.
punishment from the dice gods for forgetting my dice at home.
A 15's not bad.
I should have rolled with advantage.
All right.
I just want to roll everything with advantage.
So you do manage to find like a treasure trove of like various rubies and such, right? And they're fairly like these are big, you know, these are fist-sized rubies. So that's pretty cool.
Are you giving me your sexy dice for a minute?
This is so embarrassing.
They didn't fall on the floor, so there's
They're
no
not
disadvantage.
You don't have to burn them.
Oh my god.
All right. So Jorvin, give me an intelligence investigation check. You have advantage because you know what you're looking for and you figure it's in this area. Oh.
7.
Well,
You've got 2 rerolls.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Hang on. If you're gonna reroll, then
No.
I'm gonna put 3 chaos.
You can't
dice.
do this.
You can't do it on a reroll. It's
You can't
fair.
do it on a reroll.
All right.
You didn't let us do it
Them
on
your
your
I
rules,
know.
not ours.
I know.
I'm hitting you with all the chaos next time, bro. I'm coming for you.
Eh.
Does anyone have another one?
I don't have any.
You're the only one with a reroll. You got,
All right. You don't find it this round.
you got another reroll.
Thanks,
He
chat.
has to use 2 to do
Oh,
another
yeah, you're right. I don't.
Because Tom
Hero's
hates
favor.
his-
I find it.
Oh,
Doesn't work that
love
way.
it.
Hero's favor. He finds it.
Yeah!
Hero's favor. I find a
Number
hot
one.
table.
I
Table
can
hero's
always get a
favor. We find it has 1,000,000 hit points and Havana never dies.
Thank you, hot dog.
All right. So at this point, you hear a rumbling voice say, "Who dares disturb my treasure vault?"
It's Jorvin.
And you hear
You got that
From-
stick yet, Strum?
further down,
Here's the thing.
further down in the chamber, you just hear Marcus Coyle go, "Oh shit!" And there's
So Marcus specifically picked up the thing that's triggered this voice.
Yeah, you're not. You can have anything, but you can't touch the lamp.
But what did he say? He said, "Who disturbs my what?"
my vault.
Oh, so it's probably a general thing.
Well,
Well, unless they're like they're all vaults, and so each cubby's a
I
vault.
told
So
you,
it's
there's a
this
lamp
one
at the
guy's
end
vault.
of it.
This
Well-
is not Aladdin. Is it Aladdin? You have to tell me.
Roll for
The
Aladdin.
Cave of Wonders.
Roll for Aladdin.
Well,
so you
I mean, it's probably Aladdin. What do
you
I
have to
ask
roll
now?
you have to roll a d6 per Disney movie to see if it's Aladdin or not.
Yeah.
Per Disney.
Roll for
movie.
Diamond in the Rough.
It's like rolling for butts.
Oh.
Yeah, that's straight Aladdin.
That's
Oh
definitely
yeah,
Aladdin.
it's just
That's
straight
the
up
most
Aladdin.
3, 6, 3, 4.
All right, so you turn around and look. You know, you're way down in the end down here, right?
No, I'm up in the. I'm up.
You're down in the end and up,
Yes.
right?
We're in agreement.
Hi, Steve.
Very good.
Only what I can afford.
Well, you
That's
hear
everything.
this from behind you because it's not you know. where- And in the center on the wall on this side, right? you see that there's this extra large space that takes up 3 floors that Marcus Coyle is standing in, and it's surrounded by a lot of different ornate chests and whatnot that seem very carefully arranged. And hanging above in this giant bay, you can see that the top is emblazoned with the glyph of Leomund that you saw emblazoned on the outside. And he's standing underneath that and looking up, and you see this enormous kind of like robed spectral figure beginning to form out of the shimmering, glittering dust. And Marcus Coyle has an orb in his hand.
Marcus, what'd you do?
A golden orb.
Marcus, what the fuck, man?
I thought you were cool, bro.
We might want to get out of here, like, soonish.
We haven't found our thing yet.
Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Booyah!
Yay!
15.
23.
All right.
13.
This is for Marcus. Oh, he's at the end. This is for our spectral figure. He's on an 8. All right. So who's highest?
23 for me.
23?
So maybe me.
Who's next from 23?
18.
18.
15.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then it goes... we'll say little...
This is like a ghost, or this is another automaton?
No, it's a ghost type it's a spectral robed figure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's David Marley.
It's
Marley and Marley.
David Marley. All right, so Jorvin, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna search for that frickin' amulet.
Okay.
Come on, amulet. Okay.
Don't forget you have inspiration too.
What?
You still have inspiration.
Oh,
If you want to use it.
yeah.
Oh, you can use it now?
Yeah.
You're with me.
Yeah, I can.
I don't care.
I sure can.
Whatever it
You
is.
say it with confidence, I think.
Yeah.
13?
You've honed in on which bay it is, but you don't know which chest it is.
Why would
Okay,
they
because I
not
still
be in
have
the
the
same bay?
I still have
You know
the
it's over
detect
here.
magic up, so I can
Uh-huh.
yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, so you move and act. Alton, what would you like to do?
Can I move in distance to...
Let's figure out where you were. Were you on this side or this side? Probably, since you're over here, you're probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just roll an 8 sided
Yeah.
to see how far
Okay.
down you are. 1, 2, 3. You're over here by Jorvin.
Yeah, like I was one over when he exploded, and I'm like, Jordan, are you okay? Yeah.
How about there? Does
Yeah,
that
that's fine.
sound reasonable. All right.
And then where's this ghosty?
Well, it's halfway down this way. So it's about, let's see, what did I say it was? 360 feet long. So it's 180 feet, and you're about 20 feet in. So it's like 160 feet away.
All right.
That's far.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
How fast? Slow? It's slow. It's a ghost. It's probably like...
Yeah.
It hasn't, it's just begun to manifest, right?
It's got a movement of
It's so
300 feet around.
Mhm.
I am going to step towards the bow of the ship and just kind of hold an action to stab at any ghosts I see and just say, I think we need to leave. How we doing on that stick, Strum?
Not good. Also, if we don't find enough fuel, we're not getting very far.
I got a lot of
Quit sitting
gems.
around. Did you?
Yeah, I found
Yeah,
a
he's
lot of
got a
Oh,
whole
okay,
bag
okay.
of...
Yeah.
Or
I was
you
in the
probably,
bathroom.
you're probably, we'll say it's a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big old gem sack.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alton, you're going to ready an action if anything manifests near you.
Yeah, and
You're
I'm going to
going
move to basically like the front of the ship. Not like on the ship, but like...
Like
yeah,
over here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you're down here. Strum, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and frantically find the rod.
All right, great. Give me an intelligence investigation check with advantage.
Okay. Investigation. Why is it not anything else?
That's how searches work.
Oh wait, just kidding. I have. It's a 14.
Okay. You have located which chest you believe this thing is in.
Yes.
So was that my bonus action or my full action to do that? I'm gonna say bonus. What do you think, guys?
I agree.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, you have. I didn't really give you much of an action to do earlier, so I will let this count against that action.
Perfect. Thank
So-
you.
What would you like to do?
I will also allow this.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Can I want to kind of stand back from the chest and use Mage Hand to open it.
Okay. All right. Great.
Let's catch it.
That's pretty smart because as you flip the lock open, there is this kind of like green jelly that just encapsulates like this whole 5-foot square, but then it lifts the chest up inside of it.
It's a gelatinous cube?
Yeah, like it came out of the inside of the chest and then engulfed the thing and like picked it up.
Can the Mage Hand pull the chest out once the...
It can only move 5 pounds.
How much is the chest? Well, it's probably weightless in this jelly. Seriously, like underwater and stuff, you know, I could carry a grown man across the ocean floor.
Right?
So,
Sure. Makes sense.
Also, technically, we're in space.
well, there is no gravity. You
Yeah.
know?
And
So,
no one can hear you scream.
that's also a good point. So, I do it.
Okay, great. Well, roll your hero's favor. I'll collect the token.
Okay. All right, fine. You have your way. You have your way. But I
Look,
forget
that's what
every-
hero's
Two-
favor
2d10.
is for. Is exactly for situations like this where you want to bend the rules.
Yeah, that
This
was
one. No,
no.
this one.
Yeah, you were right the first time.
2 10-siders.
Hold on.
Do you need your...
No. Thank you. Ooh, okay, so 6 plus 7.
13.
13 plus 3.
Oh, my spellcasting?
Proficiency bonus.
Oh, which is
3?
I believe it's 3.
it's 3, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 16, which is a success, right? Yeah. So
Yep, exactly.
Great success.
Straight up success. So you get what you want. So yes, you've done this before where you have magically overcharged your mage hand through sheer force of willpower, and you pull the entire chest out of the gelatinous cube.
I hope it makes that noise.
I didn't want to make the noise.
Oh, no, it makes that noise. Big old fart sounds.
All right. So
what kind of farts are you having there, Kyle? Wet jelly farts.
all right.
Today is the worst day.
I feel like that sounds like your turn.
That sounds like my turn.
Okay,
I will give in to that. But it's open, right? It falls to my feet open.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what's... Why are you laughing? That's what set off the thing, is because I opened it, right? Okay, yeah.
Sure. Very good.
Why are you laughing?
All right. Regardless.
I'm just having a good
Do I
time.
see
You're
around
impossible. You're drunk.
What do you see around me? So you see
Too much
these various
Havana
chests that
chocolate.
you've sort of been sniffing through and pawing at and trying to figure out like where something cool is. So far, to little success. Everything smells old and stale here. Down this way, 180 feet or 140 feet, whatever. You see Marcus Coyle standing with an orb in his hand, and he's staring up into the other side over here where you see the tall spectral mage manifesting. Down at the far end is Thrum, who is way up in the corner and apparently engaged with something that's making a horrible noise.
Well, Marcus is up to shenanigans.
Well, you're all up to shenanigans. You guys are all...
But are his shenanigans sketchy shenanigans or what?
I mean, he
He's
really...
got an orb that's glowy, so I mean that
He made a bad play. But it could have been any of us, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm surprised it wasn't.
It's usually us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually me.
The only thing I will say is, like, he found the bay that was clearly, like, Leoman's private stash. Like, he's the guy who created the spell that created this whole area. Like, he went for the
Flea
big,
market.
you know,
the big hall.
for the big haul.
The big ticket.
Can I try and
do
open
not
the
This is my blanket.
chest, like 2 forward,
Personal tags
right
on
here.
Uh-huh.
And if I can't open it, can I try to do it with my claw?
Mm-hmm.
To like, yeah, like use it to like pick the lock.
Okay.
Love it.
It opens no problem.
Nice.
What it is?
Uh-huh. So maybe this is why you were particularly like interested in this chest. Like you come over and inside you find a variety of liquors and then various like stored goods. Like this is clearly somebody's kind of like their private selection of like of various candies, various like I said, liquors, various like jerkies and things like that. Like if you wanted to get stuff out to really impress company, there's an entire like special set of silverware in there. That's what's in this particular
fancy.
box.
So there's like alcohol that I could use to bribe Alton to do stuff.
I mean, that's any alcohol, but yes. Yeah.
The more elven, the better, though.
Yeah,
The more
I'm
expensive
gonna,
or pretentious, the better.
This is clearly like primo
I would like
stuff.
to take this with me.
Okay. All right. So you begin dragging that out. I'll say you can use the rest of your movement
With my
to get this
nose.
far. All right. Very good. So our friend who is
Marcus?
in trouble here.
Here comes trouble.
It's a spell casting.
Was that a Power Ranger reference?
Yes. I'm glad you got that out of 5 seconds or 3 seconds.
That song gets stuck in my head on repeat like throughout the course of the year. That and Sister Christian.
Something's coming along, gonna burst our bubble. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, Sister Christian is the worst because it gets stuck in my head at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's just that one part.
What do you do? How do you cure that? How do you cure Sister Christian brain?
I watch Superstar.
4 a.m.
All right.
Molly Shannon and Harlan Williams. Fix what ails me.
Looking it up in the back of the book.
Bam, bam, bam. This
Take a look. It's in a book.
Probably
the
not
Player's
good for him.
Handbook.
The Player's Handbook.
The Player's Handbook.
What was that segment? They were there like book suggestions. Remember that?
Yeah.
When they were like,
I recommend. I recommend the
Okay.
Player's Handbook because it taught me everything I need to know.
So
Don't take my word for it.
this creature
That's what it was.
reaches forth with a long skeletal spectral hand and does a series of gestures, and suddenly you see, or you just kind of hear again Marcus Coyle go, no.
oh shit, Marcus.
Yes.
Marky Mark.
Okay.
Looking for some Calvin Kleins.
All right.
Tiny underwear appear floating in the air.
my underwear.
Spectral panties.
Ooh.
All right. And so then he turns and runs. So he starts booking down the hallway.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Because I, as my reaction, counts counter charm.
Huh?
As my reaction, I cast counter charm. Disrupt mind influencing effects. Action to start a performance that lasts until the end of my next turn. You and friendly creatures within 30 feet have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay.
Thank you, level 6.
So as he casts this, you're going to counter charm.
Yep.
So he has an advantage on this save, is what it comes down to?
That's what Marcus has, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, we want this.
Okay. That he was doing it for himself, and I was better like, no.
Well, I think the 11 is better than the natural 1.
Oh, wait, you're rolling for Marcus. I almost celebrated. I got confused.
All right.
Damn it!
I thought it was for him, too.
So he's still under the effect of whatever this spell is.
That's right.
But it's on his turn that he
Oh, it's
turns and starts to run away. Right? So he turns and runs 60 feet towards you guys. He was 180 feet away. Now he's 120. So we'll just kind of keep track of that over here. All right, and
Well, if any friendly targets within that area would have the advantage. I don't know that anybody else is. But.
all right. Well, he does get to make another saving throw because this is an ongoing effect, and he does make that. So he's no longer frightened, but that doesn't keep him from running. He's like, I want to get away from this guy. All right. Back around to the top of the order, Jorvin.
Okay, well, last one from me. Detect magic still up. Is that giving me?
You get advantage on this.
Blessed.
18 plus 1 is 19.
19! Very good. All right. Oh yeah, he beat that. All right, good. So,
Chaos.
You locate the chest where it is, and it is not. This one is not trapped.
Nice. I open it up.
Fools!
Okay.
Trap everything.
All right. So you open it up.
I do in my real life.
You find the necklace. You find there's a dagger in there that's inside a sheath.
Nice.
You find a ring, and you also find a small treasure trove of like powdered gems and some regular gems and whatnot. Like you really kind of have hit sort of the little mother lode of oh, the colors.
This is what I look like upon looking at all the treasure.
He's only been at it for about 7 minutes.
All right.
So cute.
Yeah, my little
The colors.
His mind has been melting. the whole time.
All right. So what do you do with this?
Sling it over my shoulder like a little tiny Santa Claus, and ski-daddle out into the main. I got presents for everybody. Did we find the rod? And then I see the spectral oh jeez.
This ghostly mage.
Great ghost of Leomond.
Great googly moogly.
Can someone help me with this chest? Because I don't have opposable thumbs.
Yes.
You've got very big teeth you could hook on it, though. Drag it.
Put it in your mouth.
Well played.
Alton.
Okay. So how far away is the ghost?
It's 180 away.
Okay, I am going to shoot it with my longbow at disadvantage. I don't.
You miss?
It's a
Okay.
one.
I
It's
miss.
a one.
Okay. All right.
Top what?
Top.
So what happens here is you fire an arrow down the hallway, and you swear like you're gonna hit it dead on in the center of the chest, and it just passes right through this thing.
Does it hit me?
No. I could hit Strum if I wanted to. It's within range. My range is 600, but I wasn't aiming for Strum.
But you rolled a 1.
Yeah, but you're like there, and it's like there.
You rolled a 1, man. I'm dead. I died.
Okay, Strum's dead, so we can take her off the initiative order. That means
Wait,
it's
I
Lars'
gotta
turn.
roll damage.
Oh, okay.
Let me at least roll
I
damage
have
to kill.
10 hit points. You kill me.
Alright, well then, yeah, I kill Strum.
Tom, really quickly, it was an amulet, a dagger in a sheath, a ring, and one other thing? Or was it the
Gems.
It was
gems,
gem
that's right,
dust.
gems.
Gems and gem dust to fuel the ship and our wonder.
And there was one more thing, right?
Yeah. It
necklace.
was,
It was a big sword. Or
yeah, it was like a big sword, lots of gems.
Yeah.
Very magical.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say absurdly magical.
Absurdly
Father's
magical.
approval, it's all-
All right.
Right. Hopes and
So,
dreams.
do you want to move at all, or are you good where you are?
Yeah, I'm good where I am.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna action surge to fire again.
Don't hit me.
Double 13 is nice. So that's gonna be 21.
Okay, that hits.
Tom put that book back because he expected us to run away and not try and hit.
Cool. 6 whole damage.
Is your bow magical?
It is. It is.
Oh, it's that thing. I forgot about that.
It's that magical bow we were supposed to give to Durwith, but he never showed up. Because he was a stump.
Guess who's going to have a dream tonight? All right.
Is Durwith going to visit everybody but me?
Probably not me. I don't really have any connection with him.
But that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if I've
Oh,
met
just
him.
like he totally stiffs you.
Yeah.
You're the closest to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy." Right? What was his name? It was like Javon.
The thing is, I never.
Bonjour?
Was it? Oh,
It was
it was
Bonjour?
Baguette. I think it was Baguette.
I was given this bow to give to Durwith, but I don't think I ever even told him I had a bow for him.
We didn't even get that far.
No, he was
The secrets we keep.
We were like,
Okay.
Mr. Stone.
That brings us around to Strum Thrum. What are you going to do?
What happened to my turn?
You're after
Oh.
Strum Thrum.
I thought you said roar first, and then you were like, "Rare." I got confused.
I
don't know
did
words.
because we were making a joke about Strum being dead.
You wanted me to get excited, and then you wanted to dash my hopes.
Well, I'm hoping when you're playing, you're always excited.
You're a DM. You just want to see me miserable.
But you should be excited about being miserable.
I'm most excited, Strum.
I hate myself, and this is my favorite.
God damn it, Eric. Well, I'm going to cast.
You're back in the corner, right?
Right. Oh, I'm back there.
You're in the very far
yes.
corner.
So I'm nearest to it at this point. It's right.
Oh yeah. Wait, you're not 180. This is 360 back here. You're way down. You're 180 feet away from it.
But I'm the closest person to it, right?
Technically, Marcus is closer because he's 60 feet away from it, but
Oh, I thought he fucking ran off. Oh, but he
He
only
did, but
ran
he could only run
60 feet.
60.
Got you. Well, I'm gonna cast Blinding Smite on my sword. So that's my bonus action,
okay.
and that's just touch. So now, next time I use it, it'll have a special effect. And then, oh shit. Well, I guess I'm just gonna. I can't really help him.
No.
I can't pick him up.
We just gotta leave.
Well, I don't want to leave him. I just don't know.
I mean, you won't leave him because he'll make it to the boat before you.
You think so?
Yeah. Because he's 120 feet from it. You're 360.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna do my bonus action for that, and then move as far towards the boat as I can. What's wrong?
Is there something else you want to do?
Pick up the rod.
Oh, I assumed. I thought
ignore
that
the
was
fart.
without being said. Yes, of course. That's why I asked last time if it was open, so I could just grab it.
It was open. Yeah, you didn't take it.
Okay, grab it.
All right. So you point the rod at the essentially at the open chest here, right? And another segment of the rod kind of comes,
Is there anything else in the chest?
and it comes tumbling out and connects, and you feel a surge of power go down the rod. Is there anything else in the chest?
A heart.
Not anything that there's a what looks like a shattered stone box that has been broken open, and you can tell that that's where the gelatinous cube must have been contained inside of this thing. And when it shattered, it burned and melted a bunch of other stuff that was inside the box and turned it into a smoosh of smoosh.
A smoosh. A smoosh. A smoosh of soup.
Right. However, you have unlocked another power of the Rod of Seven Parts, so you know
Do I
that
divine what it is?
you can cast Lightning Bolt, which you did last time, right? Give me an Arcana check. Okay, yeah, those people can come over here with me, sure.
Man, those are similar numbers. So it's 13.
13. You know it's a conjuration spell, of a higher level than you can normally cast.
And conjuration is like, what? What's conjuration? Just
All-
making things appear?
It's not instantaneous. It takes longer to like conjure.
Conjuration can be a variety of things. You've seen the runes, the exploding runes go off as conjuration. You know, obviously, conjuration can summon monsters and creatures. Conjuration basically draws magic out of nothing.
Well, I use it.
Okay. All right, you're going to activate this. Give me another Arcana check.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Teleportation
put
and stuff like that.
5 chaos tokens on that, please.
Well, they're
And I'm going to put another 5 more.
Wait.
Fucking no.
I am not going to do any of that.
All right, so there's 5 chaos dice.
You want me
for
to roll them?
Yes, please. I don't want
So
to be
it's
responsible
15.
for this.
Right now we're at a 21.
Chaotic good.
Oh, that's negative. Okay, these cancel each other out. So it's a 19.
19. All right. So the good news is 19 is good enough for that to go off. I should have used a lot more. So
You should have rolled it yourself.
you invoke the conjuration powers of the Rod of Seven Parts, and suddenly you see a kind of glowing purple portal appear in front of you, and it's got this like almost like vacuum kind of like effect where it feels that you feel this powerful pull, and it sucks you through the portal.
What?
And how far does it go?
What? Stop. What?
Let's
Nothing.
see.
Did you know that was gonna happen?
No, I did not. I said conjuration is like teleportation and stuff, but like
Well, but Tom said it could be a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
Could be a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe you gave him an idea, Kyle.
My guess.
All right. So you go 400 feet down the passageway here,
Oh,
which,
snap.
fortunately for you, you were 360 feet away, which puts you, all of a sudden, the portal opens up, and you are just like facing the wrong way. Just, you're on the deck of the ship.
Is that dimension door?
Yes, that was a dimension door.
that's right.
Is it still open? Could Marcus get in it?
Nope, that
Dimension
was
door
it.
is instantaneous.
It's instantaneous.
Bunch of fucking nerds.
Why do you have trust issues? Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
Great, that worked out so well. It could have gone so bad.
Regardless, your turn.
That saves possibly my turn then.
What were you gonna do?
Hero's favor to activate the shield golem to go get you.
Activate the what?
Activate the golem. Like
Oh, right. Yeah.
Your turn.
You could still get Marcus.
yeah, I probably still might do that. Yeah.
I like it. Sounds
I
cool.
would like to push my chest of awesomeness towards Jordan.
Okay. All right. So your movement.
No, because did I see her go through the portal?
Yeah.
I'd like to
Giant-
start pushing my chest and then turn around and kind of run towards what I just saw as the portal is disappearing. And just kind of dumbfounded, turn around. You guys, I think we have like a problem. Like,
Yes, I believe.
Yes,
I believe so.
we're all running away from the problem.
I've had only a few seconds to ascertain what the hell's going on, but yes,
On the boat,
it
everyone,
looks
please.
bad.
well, Strum just like disappeared through a door.
Yeah, where is she? Strum! Strum!
I don't know that I could hear you.
I mean,
Could
she
I? No, I don't know.
would
I'm
she
gonna
like
throw it.
abandon us right now? She would never.
Where did she go?
Jordan! I'm on a strange boat!
You're facing the wrong way.
Can
so
you
you-
hear me? I would do more things, but I have like no magic.
Get on the boat! Everyone on. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
But I want to take my stuff with me still.
Okay, so what's your action here? What do you want to do?
All right, if we're gonna head back, then I'm gonna start pushing my thing and going towards the boat.
Okay. All right. So what's your movement?
How do I get
30?
back to-
I think it's 30, right?
Yeah, probably.
Let's see, speed 40 feet.
Oh, 40. Well, even better. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I would say 35. If you use the rest of your movement, I mean, if you do a double move, you can get up onto the deck of the ship, no problem, with the chest.
Is that a Schoolhouse Rock song? 5, 10, 15. Oh, no, okay.
Oh, yep, it is. Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so I'm on the boat.
Very good. So,
Hi, Strum.
all right, let's.
Hello! I'm on a strange boat!
What's going on?
Where are you guys?
All right.
Like, right behind you right now.
Huh?
Okay, this
Not
thing
huh, roar.
is going to.
A roar!
All right. So let's see how this works.
I thought I was transferred to another dimension. I'm so scared.
So the spectral creature conjures a beam of crackling green light and casts it
Ooh, that sounds cute.
at down the hallway at Marcus. So that's
Rip Marcus.
that's
What a good run he had.
cool. Dexterity saving throw. All right. Awesome.
What a good run he had.
Mm-hmm.
We may need him to steer the boat. I think I'm
He
still
makes
going to try
his
to
dexterity
save
No,
him.
the
saving
witches
throw.
steal the boat.
Yeah, but they're bound to him.
Yeah. They may be bound to the boat, but I think
Well,
he's
if-
the one that controls it. So, like,
If he dies, they just go free.
we
Maybe.
don't know.
Contract
We didn't
broken.
talk enough about like what exactly the deal was.
We
and
just
all
want
the
to know
other
their
stuff.
interests.
Yeah.
So that's 15.
You're like, what's your favorite movie?
Oh wow, these
Do you
are
like a
low
favorite
rolls.
color?
25, 31. $71, he takes half, that's 35. So he takes 35 points of damage from that crackling ray of light.
Oh, you know what I just realized? This is probably a lich.
Probably.
Son of a lich.
In the lich, what is this place called? The Lich Gloom? The Lich...
Lich
Shroud.
dust,
Lich
neb-
dust.
yeah. So Marcus
Lich dust?
Marcus books it another 60 feet. He's now 60 feet away from the boat. The spectral
Lich Dust Nebula.
mage
Nebula.
is so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. He's here now. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
We all know that.
Top of the order, Jorvin.
Okay, I am going to use my hero's favor.
Okay.
You may be giving that back to me, depending.
Depending.
But I would like to. I'm like as I'm. Like everything's kind of shaking and jingling around as I'm like kind of waddling towards the boat with my sack of stuff. I'm gonna like quickly turn as I hear like Marcus's voice getting a little bit closer, and I see him running and like the spectral like entity like chasing close after. So I'm gonna I'm gonna quickly like just kind of like reach back into the bag, pull out the amulet, and just try my hardest to be like. Activate, activate, activate. Get him, get to the boat. Get him, get to the boat. Get him, get to the boat.
Okay.
And let's see what happens.
All right, let's see what happens.
It punches you in the mouth.
Like a fist forms out, punches you, and goes back.
Oh, wow. So that's a 4 and a 2 plus another 3. So
Wait,
that-
chaos dice.
That doesn't work.
5 chaos
Give me
dice.
it back.
Yeah, let's just give you that
What's that
back.
total?
Wait, have you ever succeeded on a hero's favor?
Not really. Sometimes. That's more than 11 though, right? That's 7. No, that's not. That is 10.
That
That's mixed results.
No,
9.
that's 6 plus 3 is 9.
9,
total.
sorry, 9.
Yeah.
so that's
just
a
I was
fail.
like-
that's just a
That's just a straight,
Big
not
old-
great, you're terrible, go
big
to hell.
old belly
It does
flop.
punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It
All
goes-
right.
It like rolls up like.
You're right.
It's like a big hero 6 situation.
All right.
It activates, but then turns into armor for the spectral. Stop giving him ideas!
Yeah.
You yelled at yourself? Wow.
It kills it. It kills me.
Look, and I'm playing
kills
this
us
game
all.
on so many levels.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Kyle. Oh my god.
I think. What's the worst possible outcome here?
Not worst. I got more than
Listen,
5.
you didn't crit fail.
Pretty close.
A 9 is 8 more than 1.
All
come
right.
on.
So you put this thing on, and it
No.
tries to magically
No.
resize, but it magically resizes wrong, and it like seizes up around your neck. And you're like,
No.
and you trip and sprawl to the floor.
You absolute goof!
And you drop the dagger and the ring, and the gems go spilling out across, right?
Oh.
You do hear the shield guardian activate inside the vault, and like bang, bang, bang. What you realize is it's facing the wrong way. It's like literally facing the outer wall.
Facing the wrong way in life, you know? That's really
Now,
what it is.
that being said, you haven't actually taken your action or anything. That's a free action to add to your
Jordan, get up and get on the boat.
hero's favor.
I try. No, I'm gonna like do that thing where like I keep trying to pick the thing up and put it in, but I'm like leaning over so they keep falling out. Like
Keystone
We don't have
Cops.
time.
Oh, it's adorable.
not my stuff. I was getting loot. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and gather up my stuff.
Gather up as much stuff as you can, huh? All right. Well, give me a any kind of either athletics or acrobatics check, but I'm gonna put all 5 of my remaining chaos dice on this.
Me
Joke's
too.
on you. I have
I'm
chaos
a
dice
jerk.
too.
Uh-huh.
No?
So
I don't think this is
throw
right.
these in there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their chaos could go either way.
It's true.
It's true. You can put 'em on if
Does
you want.
anybody have advantage they'd like to give me?
And
Woo! Okay,
I got
let's
a big head and a little body.
I fell over.
let's do this thing.
Ooh,
Yeah!
pluses. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Whoa.
a 17 plus 5. Those cancel out. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 25.
Wow. Nice.
You tried to take my treasure away, but Jorvin wins again!
So I imagine the way that this plays out is after the night that you had like kind of like all snuggled up inside the like the bed, like you obviously got like the most sweaty out of everyone, right? And so what it is like you're so grimy and stuff like that you just like reach out and the stuff sticks to you. And so you like you're like encrusted with gems and you can like grab the dagger and grab
I'm
the
just rolling around,
yeah
gathering up
So
everything.
you're like a katamari. Just like, boop, 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 boop. You do have to spend half your movement to stand up. And
Okay.
you spend an action to pick all of this stuff up.
Oh my god.
So what's half your movement that's left? Like 10 feet?
Yeah.
And then you like
Waddle
like,
forward.
Waddle forward, like, and you like give a little salute to Alton, who's like just standing there with his bow, like get out of my way.
I'm going, God!
All right,
Ah,
Alton. Speaking
everyone's
of
such
you,
drama
it's
queens
your
around
turn.
here.
Okay, I'm gonna
That's true.
move to get onto the actual ship.
All right.
After rolling around. Getting encrusted
You have
with
30
gems.
move,
I
right?
have 30.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
then I'm gonna fire my magical bow at this thing again.
Thank you
Okay.
for the advantage.
And
My pleasure.
it's at 120, so it's within regular range. For me.
Very good.
And that is going to be 17 plus 8 is probably going to hit.
Oh yes.
So it takes that's max damage, 13 damage.
All right, you've almost done 20 to it at this point.
Yeah.
To the
wow.
lich. To the lich. You're confirming it's a lich.
I didn't say that.
Your eyes did.
Very good. Thrum, your
His
turn.
smile.
Lich eyes.
You're on the back of the boat. You kind of turn around and
Very
realize,
level
oh,
terrain.
that's where everybody is.
I'm so scared.
The rod is literally vibrating in your hand.
Not because it's vibrating, but because I'm trembling. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna head towards this way just so I can. Once Roar yells to me and I kind of orient myself.
Are you gonna move or double move?
I'm going to double move. Please and thanks. I can't really tell what the grid is here.
5, 10, 15.
20, 25, 30, or 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I like how you guys are passing each other, though.
Like ships passing in the night.
You're like going
What would you like to do? It's
You're
your
running
turn.
down the stairs.
You haven't taken damage.
So
have you?
Alton's on the ship.
Yep.
I could give you inspiration, but I feel like we're just fucking off.
I'm
Hey,
firing arrows to
Alton.
do something. Yes.
Do you remember how like I was supposed to like not be mean to you anymore?
Sure.
I know you're like busy and stuff.
Laser beams are shooting at us. Yeah, a little bit.
But you know how like alcohol always makes you like stronger and feel better?
Kind of.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna just leave this alcohol by your foot. Have a good fight.
Okay, great.
Aw.
Thank you.
Bye. That's it.
Adorable.
Okay.
I mean, poor timing, but adorable.
So you move over here and drop some.
Aww.
Some
Cognitive dissonance.
It's like bringing home like a prize.
Like, you know, your cat always brings you like a bird or something, but I brought you alcohol.
Because they think you're starving.
I thought you were like.
Is that why they do that?
Yeah, they think you can't hunt for yourself and you'll starve.
So essentially, when they bring us stuff, it's because they think we're dumb.
You think
Yeah, they think we're too
stop
stupid.
being an alcoholic, so you brought up some alcohol.
I worry about
worried.
his alcoholism.
I
You're
know.
worried that
Might go away.
the combinedness of going sober would kill him. Like he's been drunk for
I
so
mean,
long.
that's real.
The ending of it.
We get the DTs.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
DTs. The delirium tremens.
Oh,
That's what happens if
never
you go
heard
without
of that.
alcohol if you're an
Yeah.
alcoholic.
Jesus.
Mhm.
My God.
I read that in one of those, what are those books that you see on the shelf all the time?
Novels.
No. No, you know the books.
Pornography?
They're like
Wait.
collections of books, and
No.
it's like it's like Time Life. They collect all these stories, and then you
Harlequin romances.
those were my shit too.
Did someone say pornography?
Word find.
Okay, so
Are we helping?
Not at all.
Not at all. Are you talking about the doctor's office?
Or like Reader's Digest.
Yes, that's the
There
one.
it is.
Reader's Digest. They have the thing, and there was a book, and then one of the stories, the guy had the DTs, and then like he won the lottery because somebody had rigged it.
I saw a sharp film about that.
That's complicated.
Where like, is it like two fun alcoholics, but then they have to drink mouthwash because it's the only alcohol they can find.
Well, they had to pick. He picked all the winners for the lottery, and there was like they figured out the ring because they were the only ones that didn't go bankrupt from their lottery winnings, which is a common thing that happens.
Yeah, it's like a curse. I think there's like a podcast or a show about it right now called The Curse of the Lottery. That's really interesting. It's all the bad things that happen to people.
Why would
who
you do
won the
that?
lottery.
So this is I don't have the spectral minifig.
Surprise,
Look at this
bitch!
one. This is perfect.
Just
There we go. All right.
That's the littlest lich I ever fucking seen.
Shows up and you see a stroke of lightning that starts here and goes 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
The lightning hits
80,
all of
90,
the gems on me and
100.
bounces off back to the Lich.
So I need you
Hero's
guys
favorite.
to make a saving throw.
You still have your hero's
dexterity save.
Right?
I feel like you were
I do, but I think I
far
have to
more
do that on
liberal
my
with
turn.
your own jumps there, guy.
Wait, what kind of saving throw is it?
It is a dexterity save, and
18.
the DC is 16.
Boom! 18!
Yeah, 18 as well.
Okay, great. You take half damage. Let's see how Marcus does.
Oh, he's fucking dead. Dude.
Marcus. All right.
Oh my god!
I wish I could roll better on this. All right, so that's 10, 15.
That's a lot of ones!
20, 25, 28 points of damage, or 14 if you made it. All right.
Sorry, Tom, you couldn't kill us. Couldn't kill the whole party. It's unfortunate.
How's Marcus doing?
I bet he's dead.
Oh.
Don't you think he's dead?
I don't want him to be dead because I don't want to fight 3 more
Marcus
Demon.
It's a demon.
has
It's a demon.
2 hit points.
Ah, okay.
He's
You're
hanging
fine.
there.
Just
Walk it off. That's all. How do we start the ship?
60.
He's still not on.
Help. Help.
No. Can he hold on to the dragon head? Make him hold on to the dragon head. Then we can just fuck off. I'm serious.
Well, Jorvin's still in front of the ship, too. It seems heroic. Let's see if he can make that either athletic
Just
or
like
acrobatic.
grabs
check.
it like this.
He's got enough.
Terrible.
He's right next to me. I'll aid him.
All right. I like the idea, so fine. He grabs onto the dragon head. That brings us around to Jorvin. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna jump on the dragon head too.
Okay.
Go.
All right.
Well, I have more movement, so I'm gonna make my way up to the navigation, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
tell those witches
I'll be like,
to get us
Marcus,
out
what do I do? And he's like peeking up over it. I'm like, just tell me what to do.
Go. And as the ghost begins to advance on you,
It's a lich.
as the ghostly lich begins to advance on you, suddenly you hear the engines of Aeyristi's breath fire to life, roaring with arcane force, and then you hear a trio of giggles come from below deck.
Oh.
And suddenly, a giant lance of force shoots out from the front of the ship and annihilates the spectral lift.
Oh, we can go back down now.
Just
Keep looking.
disintegrates the thing as the ship pushes off backwards, off into the nebula dust.
Should we have done that earlier?
And
Out of the fire into fire.
Dust. Freezing
structure
dust.
again begins to crumple and shrink, and you drift off into the glowing, wallowing clouds with the 3rd piece of the Rod of 7 Parts now in your possession.
We did it.
Hey everyone, this has been the Ironkeep Chronicles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who donated. Let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Kyle Caps.
Thank you, everybody. It's been super fun. I had a lot of really fun moments in this one. Really
You were
got that.
so fun.
We want to see your art. Where should people look for your art?
I was throwing up some of the doodles I was doing tonight on my Twitter at KJC Illustration. I also have my my Instagram, Kyle Illustration, that you can go to. I do I have the doodles for here as well as I run a game at work with a bunch of other very talented artists. They post up work from the game as well. I normally retweet it, so feel free to get the signal blast there as too. And yeah, had fun, guys. Thanks for coming and watching. It was great.
Christina Ariel, everyone!
Woo! Hi, guys. My name is Christina, and my middle name is Ariel, even though people think it's my last name, but it's not. You can find me, Sirens is over. We had our season finale last night, which was awesome. And I got to play yesterday with Dice Camera Action. Did not die, but Chris Perkins murdered my dinosaur. That's just who he is as a person. And you can watch me every Monday on Nerd Talk Live, which is my Facebook talk show. Facebook.com/nerdbotmedia. Every Monday at 8 o'clock. We have really cool guests, and we talk about woke shit. But yeah, other than that, come hang out with me on the Twitters where I live about 23 hours a day. And I'm really glad that I got to hang out with my friends tonight and play because I really missed you guys last week because I was sick. But I'm glad I'm here tonight because you guys are
I'm
awesome.
glad you're feeling better. Havana Mahoney, everyone!
Hello! Where can you find me? Oh my god. So embarrassing. Can't take her anywhere.
Sorry, Mom.
I forgive you. I'll always forgive you. You can find me on my Twitch channel 5 days a week, and that's twitch.tv/Vana, VANA, where I play a wide variety of games, currently playing through the entire Uncharted series for the first time ever, and checking out the new Resident Evil 2, which is really good as well, and playing some Magic the Gathering Arena. And you can find me on Twitter at Havanarama, HAVANARAMA, where I post about that same things and also the stuff's here's.
It's that simple. Mr. Eric Reichert, everyone.
Yes.
You can also catch me occasionally on Twitch channel, mostly Eric, where I play video games. I think I'm gonna play more Elite Dangerous. So if you want to watch me just cruise through space, that's a great way to do it. To the center of the galaxy.
If you were sitting there and going, I wish I could watch Eric shoot through space.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Well, look no further.
And you can always follow me on the social medias at Mostly Shit.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you can catch me here Monday for the third part of our 3-part mini-series, Shadow of the Mirrormen, which is our superhero RPG run by Michael Holmes here.
What type of hero did you make? We never got to the bottom of that.
I made, I took basically we reskinned a class that existed called the Paragon, but essentially it's, Colossus, the strong guy with impervious skin? Imagine that, but it looked like Charles Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Love it.
Two of my favorite characters.
The 2 greatest characters in fiction.
Let's have a big hand for Mr. Dom Zook, the man behind the everyone. You can catch Dom this Friday for our Savage Worlds Deadlands game. Well, it's not Deadlands. It's East Texas University. It's a whole new universe of excitement with DM DJ Jordan Capes Callerman there. So tune in for that. That is, we're on like episode 3. Is that what you're on? Yeah, episode 3. So tune in for that. This Sunday, if you are not observing the commercial extravaganza, which is the Super Bowl, you can join us at 5 p.m.
I did not realize that.
Which, hey, why not? It's right about halftime. The game will no longer be interesting at that point. Tune in for Tempting Fate with Rick Budd. Is it another installment of Into the Spider-Verse?
No, we start Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Why is it
Wow.
not a Super Bowl Tempting Fate?
Is it a hack of lasers and feelings, Star Wars?
Oh, wow.
I'm curious what the 2 things are there. Force and light side, dark side? Who knows? You'll have to tune in and find out. That's right. That's the way
Every
it is.
week you ask a question about Tempting Fate that Dom does not know the answer to.
Yeah.
Every week.
Why doesn't Rick come and just show up at 11:45 and answer all of our questions? It's so weird.
That's so unlike him.
It's weird because he's in the other room.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Lommel.
Hey, you can follow me at 6 Hit Points, where I'll put some more art up and whatnot of the map and et cetera, et cetera.
It took me a while. You've been working on that all week, and then it wasn't until today I was like, oh, that's for our game.
Yeah, this has been done actually for a while. It was the world map today that ate all of my time. So
It looks great.
There you go. Good times. That's all right. Hey, thanks to our everyone who contributed tonight. We really appreciate your donations. The first of the month is coming up on Friday, so we have to pay our rent. I'm sure you do too, but your kindness and generosity help keep the lights on and the internet flowing here at Saving Throw Show. So thank you so much, whether you donated some bits, some dollars, a little retweet, a little social media love, whatever your passion or your treasure that you can contribute, we definitely appreciate that. Big shout outs to our mods who help keep the channel safe, friendly, clean, and accessible. And as well, DJ Regular, our clip master extraordinaire. If you would like to see the fruits of this fine evening in a more concise format, you can join our Discord and check out all of the clips in the Clips channel there. You can also ask questions about the show, either in non-spoiler questions in the Ironkeep forum, or you can ask me spoilerish questions in the Disorganized Play forum. So that's that. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, let's dungeon!
Now, hey, yo, you
rascals with the bellies full of pie. And listen to this tale of old where the heroes both beat high. Hey!
He's a master of concealment and an adept at disguise.
Which years is when he's taking past the husband what's the lie.
He's slain many a villain, be a dragon, buff or wizard. He's looted chests of